All right, well, guys, welcome back. It has been a while since I've seen you. I appreciate everybody stopping in. It is a Friday. We're going to talk about Tamashii Nations, and we also have a special guest here on the stream. We'll get to him in 1 second. I just want to go through the chat and just say hello to everybody that's here. Hello, Cracked Figures. Hello, Ball of Cheese. TK, welcome back. Jimmy Timmy Collects, how are you? Red Hud, what's up, man? And Mountain Arts, what's going on, brother? And oh, how is your van going? Dude, the van's going really, really well. Did you see the stream they did earlier today? They've been doing a couple streams here and there, but I commented on one of them, like, what's with the angle? The camera's like way over here at extreme angle. We can't see anything. But, well, let me not let him sit in the wings any further. Let's go ahead and bring out one of a YouTuber you guys actually suggested. We're gonna go ahead and bring out Bombastic Plastic AF. Bombastic, you there?
Yes, I am here.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Nothing much. I'm doing pretty good. This is kind of surreal, you know?
Well, I appreciate you. Oh, I appreciate you coming on the stream. I appreciate you being here. It's really actually a joy to get another YouTuber here on the channel to talk about figures. We're going to talk about the Tamashii event. We're going to talk a little bit about you. And I really want to pass the buck to you and tell us a little bit about yourself, what you're all about and everything.
To start, wait, hold on. I had the stream playing in the background.
Oh,
to start, well, I started actually, this was originally, first of all, going to stop motion channel. This was not supposed to be an action figure review channel.
Really?
Yes. But stop motions is very time consuming, and as I would later learn, editing videos in the way that I like to do my reviews is very time consuming. So it ended up basically being, all right, which one is going to be the least of the time consuming things, you know? But I don't even know there's so many different things I could say. First thing.
No, I mean, like, you know, so you started your channel here on YouTube about stop motion, and then how did that transition from stop motion go to more of the collecting and review stuff?
Well, I think I always had it in the back of my mind that I wanted to do reviews because I figured it was easy. Now, the reason why it transitioned, it was twofold. One, as I was thinking about doing these stop motions, I realized how many different frames I would need just to get a minute's worth of content. And I was like, brother, this is not gonna be too nice.
Right.
So
right.
With that, I was like, I guess I could do reviews. But around that time, I figured that came out that really irritated me. And I felt like nobody was really talking about it that much, and at least with the reviewers that I watch, is Kefla. Because I actually like Kefla, just for her attitude and her spunk. Not necessarily character development or anything like that. But I was looking forward to a good figure from her, and I knew because of her seemingly lack of popularity, that it's not going to be like a whole bunch of figures of her. So the one figure that comes out has to be good. And it wasn't. It was very disappointing. At the time, it was kind of like a 1.0 figure, but it was a new character. And that was very irritating. And I noticed that a lot it tends to happen more with, I would say, female characters in action figure format. But the articulation is just not where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I mean, because when it comes to female figures and stuff, they're a lot thinner. They've got, you know, like all the, like, they're just not as bulky. So there's not much material there that they can work with. So they have to make compensation somewhere. And it just doesn't seem like it really supports what they were doing at the time, you know? Mountain Arts Review says, such a bad figure, bro. Kefla. I haven't actually never held that figure, so I don't know if it's good or not.
She has a big head. I don't know. She just, in particular for me, just doesn't. She didn't even fit the art style that I would have really liked her to be based off of. I prefer her manga art style where she has
right.
the little leanness, the muscle, her proportions. I don't know. She doesn't look quite as stocky as the anime version.
Right, because this one's correct me if I'm wrong. This is the one that's based off like the video game, right? Because it was the character that was voted the most to show up or they did a poll about the video game, and she's the one that won. Correct?
Absolutely, and I guess you could say she was based off the video game, but even in a video game, the figure's not matching up to how she's in the video game. I probably would complain a lot less if that was the case, you know?
Right.
Those knees were awful.
The knees were awful. Motive, what up, dorks? How are you doing, buddy? Man, my voice is going. It's been a while. But we're back. We're talking to Bombastic Plastic AF. And with that, I know we've kind of had a light discussion, and this is obviously before we came on, but let everybody know what's going on with the name. Does it come from the Bombastic Man, you know, from Spider-Man comics? What's the AF? Is that for Dragon Ball? What's about the name? How'd you come up with this name?
Oh, okay. So if there's anybody here that was here with my channel from the beginning, my original name was the Reverse Flow. Now, I chose that name because it sounded cool to me, and it was also like a technique used in this webtoon called Tower of God.
Oh, okay.
But I realized if I was going to take the YouTube thing seriously, because I wanted this to be a full-time thing for me. Am I cutting out, by the way?
You said okay. Yeah, I do. You do space out a couple times, but it's not anything extreme.
Okay. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. We got you.
Okay, perfect. But I realized that if I was going to take the YouTube thing seriously and I wanted it to be like a full-time thing,
right,
I was going to have to market myself. Now, I was like, how can I market myself? I need a name that people are going to remember. And so I was like, how am I going to get people to remember the name? Then I started to think of literary devices. So specifically, for example, with Marvel characters, right? You get a lot of alliteration. So Peter Parker, Bruce Banner, Reed Richards. But I was like, I can't think of two words with the same first letter that I think is going to be relatable to my channel, which is going to be action figure reviewing and theories and things of that nature. So I decided to go with rhyming. And I was like, I could be pretty full of myself. So maybe Fantastic Plastic? I was like, oh, that's taken. Then it was like, all right, Bombastic Plastic. And then it was just that, because I am pretty bombastic. But then I saw that was taken. I was like, all right, Bombastic Plastic Action Figures, but that was too long, so I shortened it to AF. But because I deal with Dragon Ball for the most part on my channel, it became like a thing where it was like, oh, it could be a reference to Dragon Ball AF. And so I just stuck with that for now.
So it's got like a double meaning. It's got the AF from your original name, but then it's also action figures, but then also it's got the assumption to Dragon Ball AF, the fan-made Dragon Ball. That's kind of cool.
Yes.
Dragon Ball AF homemade that's funny. But yeah, man, that's one thing that I've realized, going through action figure stuff, is just coming up with some sort of name or what you want to represent yourself and like really what your goal is for the channel, because originally my channel was Snook Beanie, and that's just my gamer tag that I ever used. It actually used to be like Snook Beanie 08, because you try to make something, you really want it to be this, but it's taken, so you put a number on it, you know what I mean? So like just taking that aspect of just coming up with a name, I don't even know if I'm set on the name for the channel here. I've always just used my name when I started getting into this, because I streamed and gaming content first. People would just shorten my Snook Beanie to Snook, and then I just became Snook. And so that's kind of what the evolution of the channel is, what you want to be known as and how that evolves from when you start it to when it ends. You know what I mean?
Right. And even now people call me Bomb, Like, like that's my nickname, Bomb. And it's like, do I want to be the bomb?
Yeah,
Or
well, you may not want to be, but you are.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
So I want to ask we'll ask a couple more questions, and then I want to take you into the Tamashii event, and we'll talk about a couple releases, and then we'll bounce back and forth to get to know a little bit more about you. But what type of figures do you prefer to collect? And are you focused on any specific genres, series, characters?
Okay, so I want to answer one question that I see in a chat first.
Okay.
So, when are we going to see a review on the new Super Saiyan Goku that's coming out this month?
That's the legendary one, right?
Yes, I'm assuming. Wait, are they talking to you or me?
I think they're talking to
I didn't
both
even
of us.
consider that.
When is yours coming out?
Well, I'll say this: I have so many reviews I'm behind on. I still got to review the Kong Studios Super Saiyan 3s. I have the Trunks review that I have to come out. I have a Cell review that's coming out. I have a LeBron James by Mayfex review that's coming out. Oh, it's not supposed to be spoiling and stuff, but
No.
again,
But is this Goku going to take priority, and is he going to jump the line?
I'm going to try to get that stuff out before that Goku.
Gotcha.
But
I will try to get mine out as soon as possible. I got my my rhythm down of reviews, and then of course I got hit with being sick. I've been on and off sick. I don't know if you guys could tell from my voice, it's not normal. So I'm gonna try to get it out as soon as I can. I've got other ones. We got Android 19 in the house here. We've gotten third form Frieza. So I definitely want to do more reviews on the channel, and I'll get more into that. But I'm not sure exactly. I'll try to get to you as soon as possible. If you haven't, you can check my channel, Bombastics. I know Mars is in here. He'll usually get it out ASAP. So if you're looking for something right away, I know he kind of hits those pretty early before I do. So I'm sure we'll have it eventually, right? No time frame though.
Yeah.
Bala Cheese said such a creative name, and Redhead said you are da bomb.
Appreciate it. Trust me. Those you guys don't know how much of a long way those comments go.
That's crazy, man.
I can't tell you. Every time I've thought about it, and I was like, maybe this is just not it for me, or maybe I should put this on, like, take it less seriously. I always, without failure, get a comment saying something along the lines, "You're my favorite reviewer, YouTuber." Not even reviewer, YouTuber. I'm like, what? Really? Me? I'm just like a regular guy doing reviews, you know?
Right. So
what was the question that you asked?
So what types of figures do you prefer to collect?
Okay, so I'm gonna give a little history on my figure collecting. Originally, my thing to my heart was
what? Sorry, you cut out. What was it?
I'm sorry about that.
You're fine.
Marvel Legend.
Marvel Legends, okay.
Yes. More specifically, back in the Toy Biz days, back when Toy Biz was making the Marvel Legend figures, I like Spider-Man Classics, which was basically the sister line to that action figure line.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my thing. Like, I think it was like for my 4th or 5th birthday, my mom got me the Spider-Man Classics Battle Damage Spider-Man. I had never seen a toy like it before.
Really?
I never saw a figure where I could pose him to have this many joints, and that looked at the time so accurate to what I would like to see from Spider-Man. So from there on, it was something that set the standard for me for action figures. But what I like to collect nowadays, because Marvel Legends, I'm not even trying to beat up on Marvel Legends. They get beat up enough. Really like SH Figuarts, specifically because, of course, they do a lot of Dragon Ball stuff. And for a long time, I feel like we didn't have quality Dragon Ball figures. And it's Dragon Ball that we talk about. This is not no little series. This is Dragon Ball. And for a long time, all we had was the Irwin toy stuff, you know? And when I finally saw like SH Figuarts, I was like, no way. The only thing I needed to figure out when the figure line first started is, all right, what's the scale like, you know? And I'm satisfied with the scale, you know? Because Goku, most of the characters in Dragon Ball, at least most of the main cast, isn't very tall, with the exception of Piccolo, who's 7'6". But most of the main cast isn't very tall. I'm taller than most of the main cast. But
Right.
I would say Dragon Ball.
Okay. So is it like when you say Dragon Ball, are you exclusively SH Figuarts? Do you try to go in more the Band Presto or offshoot? Because I know you get a couple of the Kong stuff. So is that when that happens, are you more articulated figures, more statues, or or is it more the series that dictates what you collect?
Okay, so I'm more articulated stuff because I don't know. I like to create. I'm a very creative person. In fact, I'm actually a sculptor.
Oh,
so,
cool.
That I guess you could say that's where probably my love for action figures kind of stemmed from, and I didn't even know it until I got to college. Where I was like, I put two and two together. I was like, I always loved action figures, but I didn't really understand why I liked it so much.
Right.
But I would always be so critical of certain sculpts and everything. Didn't peep it until I got to college. But either way, more articulated stuff. Anything related to Dragon Ball, SH Figuarts now, like with Kong stuff, I consider that all under SH Figuarts technically, even though it's not.
So it's like
Kong has
your
its own niche.
Your 1/12 articulated Dragon Ball figures is pretty much in the realm that you live in.
Yes. Now that doesn't mean I won't collect other series and I won't review other series, because I do plan to review like stuff like Bleach. I love Bleach. Bleach is my other love. I love Chainsaw Man. I like Jujutsu Kaisen. I like a lot of these other series. I like One Piece. I like Naruto.
Yeah, but those things add up, man. They're expensive. These things ain't cheap. So I just want to give a quick shout out. What's up, Leon? Thank you for joining the chat, buddy. Good to see you here. Got him and Mars are rocking those member badges, man. Look at those nice emotes
Absolutely.
that you get when you become a member. That's pretty
that green
sweet.
Looks very nice in the chat. I can't lie. It's very eye-catching.
Yes, sir. So with Dragon Ball, that's going to transfer me over to this beauty that was just announced. So we're going to get into more reveals, and I really want to hear your take on this. This is the new Super Saiyan Gohan, the teen version. And what are I'm going to let you take the floor first. Tell me what you think about this figure.
The teen Gohan Super Saiyan. So many thoughts on this figure. Okay, first thing I'll say is, when this was revealed, I was like, I expected this because, as anybody who watches my channel may know, especially if you've been watching for a little bit, I believe we're in the Android era of figures.
Yep.
Now, I'll just explain that real quick. The reason why I say Android era is because Android era would include like movies and stuff. So expect to see like movie Android at some point.
Like
BoJack,
you're talking like
that.
13 and BoJack and
yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
We already kind of started that with Metal Cooler.
Right.
Now, my thoughts on the figure. I like it, but
go ahead. Hit us with it.
It's not as good as I think it could be. I like the hair sculpt. I like a lot. I like the white cape. I even like that they used the most updated hips. My problem is that why are we still? This is Tamashii Nations. I know what they can do at I was gonna say full power, but the way of saying it, at full power, I know what Tamashii Nations can do. They need to figure out that ab articulation. Seriously, like no joke.
Right. Yeah.
They need to figure that out, and that's kind of irritating because, you know, sometimes you like, I want to do a Kamehameha pose, and might need to hunch over a little bit for that. I'm not saying that it absolutely needs that, but it would be nice to have that. Now, besides that, the faceplates are fine enough. I think they're generic. They generically look like Gohan. I think Tamashii a lot of times play this middle road game where the character will generically look like the character. And what I mean by that is they won't reference a specific art style. Let me be even more specific. Okay. With third party, I can sometimes look at a third party face and be like, I know exactly what scene they got this from. And that's because I'm a super Dragon Ball fan and I've watched these clips so many different times, but I can tell that they're referencing a specific art style.
Right.
It seems like Tamashii sometimes, they kind of just, like, I know it's Gohan, but it's,
right.
It doesn't look particularly like a specific art style. I'll give you an example of a Tamashii figure that looks like a specific art style. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Look at his faceplates.
Right.
That is what every Dragon Ball SH Figuarts, that stylization, that specific art style is what people tend to gravitate towards. Even when it comes to the anime, they like that art style. Look at his faceplates, and you'll see that's what he should look like. Now,
Gotcha. Right.
Preference, it could be people out there that's like, I hate that art style. I like the more rounder, for example, Frieza Saga art style, where they haven't got super angular yet, but it was that transition period.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But in all, of course, I'm gonna get the figure because at the end of the day, it's an updated Gohan. I love me some Gohan.
Right, and in this version of Gohan, even though it's lacking, just like Leon mentions here in the chat, it should have came with the Super Saiyan 2 head. And the original release over 10 years ago, it came with the Super Saiyan 2 head, so you could swap between him being Super Saiyan and then the end part before battle damage. And I totally agree. Because Obi-Wan said, yo, what up, boys? What's going on, man? How are you? Mountain Art Reviews says, Android 13 is the next reveal. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's going to be that one. You could be right, though. Go ahead. I just want to get caught up on chat real quick. Moev says, lately Tamashii Nation has been full powering a million IPs with a million QC and awful design issues. I would agree. I feel like they're overstepping just a little bit to the point where they're overloading their workforce to the point where they're more worried about getting it out than actually designing something that's going to be pretty well. Because I know I didn't get them, but I know I talked to Mars. The guts broke in several points. I have the Zoro, that sucker pops in half. I've seen a couple guys, like a buddy of mine actually owns the Sanji, that one pops in half as well. So there's too many issues outside of the Naruto and the Dragon Ball line. Those I do believe consistently are pretty good when it comes to QC issues. What they do lack is what I'm about to get into whenever I talk about my takes on this figure, which I really love. But before I get into that, let's catch up on the chat here. Ball of Cheese said, I saw Bombastic's video on why we should expect this figure, and you blew his mind. Bar says,
I'll talk about that when
okay.
Well, I'll let you read the comments first.
SH Figuarts Quarter 3 down arrow. Sherwin says, love the hair snook. Thank you very much. It's a long time coming. I needed to cut it off. It was a lot. Isaiah and Tail said, hello, how are you? The SSU Gohan would probably be with the new cell. TK, I have a prediction on that when we get into my assessment of that. Dang, guys, you guys are blowing up the comments. Mar said, I'm excited for this release, and especially for the addition of the soft goods. I think it's going to be a neat addition for the soft goods. I just don't know, is it going to work aesthetically in our collections now since it's the first one? Is this the one I wanted them to start with soft goods? Not necessarily, because I love this character so much. But it's I love the fact that Tamashii keeps pushing the boundaries when it comes to these figures. I just don't know if I wanted them to take a gamble on this figure. Red Hood said, Tamashii Nations is funny company. Sometimes they make the best figures with all the best skills, and other times they miss and it kind of sucks. Yeah, they're pretty inconsistent for sure. Motive said, I spent 2 hours playing with guts before I felt like throwing it against a wall, packed it up in a box and just keeping it there. That sucks. Black AC says, next IP I want them to obtain is Katio Hitman. I haven't heard of it.
Hitman Reborn.
Oh, Hitman Reborn. Okay, I have not heard of that. Is it an anime, I'm guessing?
Yes, absolutely.
I have not heard of that one. There's too many animes out, man. I've got like 10 of them that I don't watch.
Before you go on, that came out around the era of like Naruto, Bleach,
when
all of that stuff was going on. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. There's just so many. They should have made a base head. Isaiah, that's a good idea. I didn't even think of that one. Jimmy Timmy Collect says, I'm going to pre-order that Gohan. UNC, USA also, I'm right there with you. I just got him today, and the QCs are insanely bad. Yeah, Guts was a miss, man. Like, and that I don't feel like it's just Guts or the Berserk line. Obviously, there's only 2 figures out. I haven't heard a lot about the Griffith, but at the same time, I wonder if that's because Guts scared a lot of people away. What do you think?
I just want to backpedal real quick.
Okay.
Go on. I blew the one guy's mind. So, just to expand on this real quick, to give you a bridge version, if you want to see the long version, go to my channel.
Yeah, check out
why
the video.
We should have expected this Gohan figure to release. So, something I've been noticing with third party, and thanks to my one of my good friends, Cyrus, I subscribed that I've actually met in real life and had dinner with his family. One thing I've noticed is that sometimes these third-party companies that make Dragon Ball stuff,
right,
will all of a sudden make something, and we're like, who asked for this? And then the next thing you know, Tamashii reveals something. So a good example, the third-party company Demonical Fit revealed adult GT Goku.
Yep.
And I was like, that's not what we're looking from, y'all. We wanted the future Gohan, and we wanted the 3.0 Goku.
Right.
And then long and behold, like a month or 2 later, we get GT Kid Goku, and I was like, that's why.
Right.
At least this is my conspiracy.
Well, and that's been happening before even that Adult Go GT. It happened back when they were making all the Ginyu Force.
Yes.
Because all the Ginyu Force came out and the Frieza soldiers and all those, and all of a sudden Tamashii came out with all the Ginyu Force. So that's been happening. I don't know which way it goes. I don't know if DF makes it first and then, Tamashii's trying to come behind and crush him because it's the legitimate product, or is it the other way around where Tamashii's making it, but it takes a long time for development. So, but their leaks get out, and so they make it before. I'm not sure which way that goes, but that's been going on for pretty much years. And I wonder if that's going to start doing with happening with KO, 5K toys as well.
Hello?
Hey, yep, I can hear you. Can you hear that?
Okay, just making sure. Even with Gohan, all of a sudden, a lot of third parties, even an unnamed third party that I still have yet to, well, this is redundant, know the name of.
Right.
It was a bunch of James Gohan stuff coming out. I was like, why? There's a little future Gohan stuff thrown in there, so I have my eye. Tamashii, is that future Gohan coming? But all of it, and then we get this reveal, and I'm like, here we go again. But I think some of these guys have insider information, and I guess the super original for me, and of course you mentioned the Frieza saga stuff with the Ginyu Force and the soldiers. The Hong Studios, well, back when they were still known as that.
Yeah.
Born Vegeta that they had planned to release via 5K toys. Okay, that's an oddly specific Vegeta to reveal, and then literally a month later, I can't remember if it was a couple days or a month later, but not too long after, we got Cooler. Now, with that look where half his armor is torn off and his chest is showing, is in the Cooler movie, and I was like, wow. And this is what my friend Cyrus pointed out to me, and I was like, wow, this is at first I was a little skeptical, but I was like, that is a hell of a coincidence, isn't it?
Right.
Now,
if you're talking,
I will say
you're cutting out a little bit there.
I'm cutting out?
Yeah.
Right. How do I sound now? Sorry, guys.
Yeah, you sound good.
Those watching. Okay. So I wanted to just touch on one more thing. The Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, everybody's been talking about. Yes, the original release definitely did have both heads. We know how Tamashii works nowadays. Tamashii is, they're more about the money. So expect Gohan Beast treatment, where it will have some retooling, and you'll get that brand new Super Saiyan 2 head sculpt. I don't think it'll come with Perfect Cell. Perfect Cell, I think, will be its own thing.
Yes. I was going to say, so I really like this figure. I think it looks fantastic. I really love this version of Gohan. It would have been cool to get the base head, but at the same time in this part, so this is beginning of Cell games before he goes Super Saiyan 2. He wasn't base at this time, so that's why it's not going to have that head. The only thing I will say is I really do wish it came with the Super Saiyan 2 head, but just like you hit the nail on the head. Exactly what I was going to say is they did not do that because this character is so desired. They're going to put that head in another figure. I don't think it's going to be a Cell or Perfect Cell because Cell doesn't need the help to Cell. They'll have some sort of obscure character. I made a joke on the Discord. You know, when this first was announced, we talked about it when it first announced over there. I made a joke of maybe it's the announcer from the Cell games. You know, maybe they'll put that in there, but then they'll be like, hey, here's Super Saiyan 2 head. Isaiah and Tails said, do you think they'll make a new updated Cell? I do believe they'll make an updated Perfect Cell. I expect before that we'll get second form Cell. But when they do make the updated Cell, I expect in that figure to come the damaged severed head of 16. That way you can recreate the whole scene of Cell stepping on his head, Gohan going Super Saiyan 2. I think it's all interconnected, and I think the way that everything is shaping up, you had Yamcha with Android 20, those two go together. They made the Vegeta with the Android 19, those go together. There's going to be another figure that goes with this one that's going to interlock with it, and I just don't think that Super Saiyan 2 head is going to come with Cell, because Cell right now does not need the help to Cell.
Just add. Oh, go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
You said.
Sorry.
I'm assuming it's not UNC. I'm assuming it's Unk.
Yes, Unk. For sure.
Okay, he said, Bombastic, what's up, brother? How many Jade Rabbits did you order today?
I haven't pre-ordered them yet.
Then we got Mars says Griffith was decent. He reviewed it on his channel. So if you guys want to know about Griffith and if it's gotten better since Guts, go over to Mars's channel, check out the review. He's got it up. He said suffers from the hand pegs like Guts. Other than that, it's a pretty solid figure. That's cool. Black AC said, yo, that pre-order caught me off guard this morning.
Talking about the Jade Rabbit Kong Studio stuff.
Oh, okay. Isaiah Tails, do both of you have Demonical Fit, Kaioken, Vegito? I do not. I do not
get a review on my channel.
There's a review on your channel? Okay. So Isaiah, go over to Bombastic's channel and check out the review. He does have it. He reviewed it on the channel. I don't touch the third-party stuff. It's not from... like, I don't believe in him or anything like that. I just kind of stick with the licensed stuff. It's hard enough keeping up with that line, and I don't need to chase other lines. So I don't have as much exposable income with everything that I've got going on. Red HUD. Oh, God, I just missed it. Oh, God. Let's see. I know this might be a little ahead of, but what are your... opinions on the Naruto 99 reveals? Sorry if I jumped ahead. Red HUD, we'll get to the Naruto 99 stuff here in a minute. We'll get through Gohan here. To be fair, he never turned Super Saiyan until he was battle damage. Unk, you're true that. I still want the head though. I'm greedy. I don't know how to pronounce your name. MLG Papas 131. Because of SH Figuarts Trunks' boy from the future QC's issues, I won't be pre-ordering this new Gohan figure, but hopefully he doesn't have any. Oh, hopefully. But since that, I would agree that Trunks definitely had a lot of issues. Since then, I haven't had any idea or any issues since that figure. When it stuck with Dragon Ball, One Piece, all those, absolutely mounds of issues. But since Dragon Ball, I really haven't had any issues outside of Trunks. Even the Vegeta that came out pretty close to that didn't have the issues that Trunks had. Or at least mine didn't. Because everyone, are they revealing anything more tonight at the event or of Dragon Ball or Gohan the only reveal? I don't think they're revealing anything else tonight. They did all the reveals in the week coming up to the event, and then what they announced inside that week right now is what they have on the show floor. So I don't expect any other reveals. The next Dragon Ball reveal, unless they jump the gun, I expect that to come probably a week or two after Meta Cooler drops, and I expect that to be the next Dragon Ball movie villain. Sorry, just wanted to catch up with chat. Did I lose you, Bomb?
Absolutely not. I'm listening.
Okay. So, let's go ahead and I want to ask you a couple more questions, and then we'll keep bouncing back and forth. So I wanted to talk about your YouTube channel. So,
I'm always ready to talk about that.
how did you decide to start a YouTube channel to focus on figure collecting, and what inspired you to share your passion with others?
Oh man, that's a loaded question. So this is gonna be very long-winded.
Okay.
First thing first, guys, expect the pay full price for that Super Saiyan 2 Gohan head, because they will release it as a separate figure, kind of like how they did with Gohan Beast, where Ultimate Gohan, they could have legit just put that Gohan Beast head and did another accessory, right?
Right.
But they released it as his own figure, because I guess his clothing was slightly tattered.
Right.
Also slightly tattered, like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I think we can fully expect that, unfortunately, but we know how these companies operate. Now, on to the question, right?
Yep.
What inspired me? There's plenty of channels that inspired me. Like I said, Marvel Legends was my main thing. Am I cutting in and out? Just to check.
You're right.
All right, cool. Marvel Legends were my big inspiration. So a lot of YouTubers from the Marvel Legends community is who inspired me. ACBA, Articulated Comic Book Art, that whole community inspired me. Now, just to list a few people: Book Nice, Shartimus Prime, Anthony's Customs, and Jobby the Hung. Now, he doesn't review Marvel Legends. He reviews like mech stuff and Transformers. But that guy, in terms of like, for me to really consider YouTube as a serious path, to live off of.
Right.
That guy has shown me numbers that I was like, wow, I didn't know that you could do that with a toy review.
Right.
I didn't think you could get 100,000 views every review. I didn't think that was possible.
Right.
But
yeah.
It's all about, I don't even want to get into technicalities of YouTube. That could be a whole nother topic in itself.
Right.
I know we're here for.
So you talked about your inspirations. Why did you decide to make a YouTube channel?
What this made me decide? So, just to give you a little bombastic lore, and I wonder if my mom is watching. Either way,
if so, hi mom.
At Amazon. So hi mom. I used to work at Amazon, and I actually hated it. Now, just so people know, I don't think there's anything wrong with working at Amazon.
Right.
It's just not for me,
right,
in particular, because I see how like work politics works. I see how people just. This is just probably just a product of the workspace. People sucking up to other people. Favoritism. In fact, I benefited from the favoritism a lot of times. But I just didn't like the environment. I didn't like the disdain that I had for going to work and doing that. So eventually that didn't work out. And also, from where I live to travel to Amazon, the facility was it was like a 2 hour and some change travel. Maybe on a good day, like an hour and 45 minutes.
Just to get to work?
Yes, to get to work.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm dead serious.
Whew.
So after 2 years of doing that, because eventually the pay started, that check looks very nice every week.
I'm sure.
Every week. Not even bi-weekly, every week. So that check starts to look really nice. You start to get these little bitty raises, and hey, if I do overtime, or if I do this, even though I never really did overtime, but after I started doing these things, I could really make it work. But after a while, I ended up unemployed.
Gotcha.
So to speak. And I'm gonna just come out and say I got fired. But
fair enough. We've all been there. I've been there.
I wanted to monetize something that I love to do.
Okay.
And also I wanted this to be a parlay into my first love. My first love is and always will be sculpture.
Okay.
Like having my stuff in the actual gallery,
Right.
But I needed to find another passion that was gonna be a bit quicker. And I thought YouTube, even though YouTube isn't necessarily much quicker, but I think it is quicker than just showing out a bunch of galleries and hoping that your stuff, the right people come to your channel or come to your show and it catches on.
Right.
I think, at least with the algorithm, I stand more of a chance. You feel me?
Right.
So with that, it was kind of like, all right, I'm going to do this YouTube thing and we're going to see how it works out.
Okay.
And a family member of mine, me and her used to go back and forth about how to improve our YouTube channels. And so we would be looking at vidIQ, looking at all these different platforms to, all right, how can we increase views? How can we increase the viewer retention?
Right.
How can we increase all these different things? And
learn about the metrics in the back end.
Yes, the metrics, everything. And so with that, I was able to boost my channel a lot more. And then eventually I was like, you know what? I started going back to the comments that help out a lot. Hey, Bombastic, this is like, you're my favorite YouTuber. Hey, Bombastic, this was a great video. Those things pushed me to strive for even more. And eventually I was like, you know what? Action figure reviews, all the inspiration. It was a long time coming. I collect these things anyway.
Right.
So I might as well try to, if I can, monetize it.
Gotcha. So have you live streamed before then?
Live stream before, because I don't know what I would say to the people. I always want the people to be entertained. And so honestly, contrary to many of my viewers, I don't think I'm that interesting of a guy. Well,
obviously
really
4,000 people think you are. You know, and by the way, congratulations on that, just surpassing 4,000 subscribers.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Exciting milestone. Still small, still a small fish in a big pond, but you're growing.
Absolutely. And just for 4,000 people to even care about what I have to say.
Yeah, hear your opinion and stuff.
Right. I picture that. Even 1,000, 2,000. Think about that.
Yeah, that's
1,000 people crowded around you saying, hey, I want to hear what you got to say about this.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It could be overwhelming.
It can be.
So Action Figure Avenue said, what do you think will be the next Dragon Ball movie villain figure? I'm gonna be a little biased. I kind of hope it's Lord Slug. But I don't think they're gonna go that direction because I didn't think Metal Cooler was gonna be it. It's gonna be the one. I think it's gonna be like BoJack or something. In my opinion, what are your thoughts, Bombastic? The next Dragon Ball movie villain.
Honestly, man, I usually have a good guess towards this, but I think this Gohan reveal actually scrambled me a little bit. Because honestly, the way I thought they were going to do it is how they appeared in the saga. I thought we were going to get Super Vegeta, Ultra Trunks, and maybe not Perfect Cell, but I thought at least we were going to get those two figures before Gohan. So with this reveal, I think it's possible that they're going to double back and go back to some of those other characters. So I do think that, I say that to say, I think Perfect Cell might be a longer ways off than initially, but in terms of movie characters, right? Because they put this Gohan out so early, you might just get your Broly beforehand.
I mean, that would be idealistic. Like getting updated Broly would be really, really nice. The only thing, and let me know what you think about this, but my only thing with it is, my only kickback is they almost a little bit want to bury that version of Broly because they love the new version from Super, more characters or more characterization, better background than he's an angry Saiyan because Goku cried next to him in a crib. That's the only kickback. I don't think Broly's coming, but I believe everybody out there that wasn't collecting wants that version of Broly, and they deserve that version of Broly, and I kind of hope it's happening, but I don't know if it will. I don't know if they'll go that way. Mars says Android 13, by the way.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you pushback.
Okay.
Because contrary to what people say, about his character and whatnot,
right,
he still has the rule of cool. In my opinion, he's cooler than New Broly. I'm not saying he's a better character, but he has more cool factor.
Oh yeah, I
And
think
that's all you need. That's all you need for a new figure. And a lot of people, especially in the comment section, I see want that suppressed Super Saiyan. You know, the where he had the bluish hair and everything.
Oh,
People want
yeah.
that figure. And
Yep.
Broly is box office. So no matter what version, I think he'll sell. So he's completely not out of the cards just yet.
No, I don't think he's completely out of the cards. I just feel like it's a little. I definitely think it's the number one figure that collectors deserve. Is it the one I think they're gonna do at this time, man? Like you said, like curveball with Teen, and then I'm like, okay, we're out of the Namek saga, and then we get into the androids, and they're doing all that kind of stuff because Android 19 and 20 and Yamcha, and oh, by the way, curveball again. Here comes Vegeta from the Namek saga and Kui, and it's just like, what in the hell is going on? I can't keep out where they are and where they're going, and it's almost taking like more of a harder route to predict in the direction they're going.
I think what they're trying to do is have their cake and eat it too. So to speak, they're trying to flesh out, they're trying to give us those last bit of characters from the Frieza saga, but they're also trying to move forward with the Android saga, which is why you still get Kui. I think what they're going to do is drip feed us the last little bit of Namek. But I think a good portion of it is going to focus on Android, and of course, eventually, Dragon Ball Daima, because it has an anime. Yeah, you know they're gonna
make the figures for sure. Yeah. By the way, Unk asked, when is the podcast coming back with you and Cyrus and Burst? Also, man, I love the channel. Helped me out a lot when I got back into collecting. Also, have me on as a guest. That's what Unk says to you.
Well, having you on as a guest, I've had to discuss that with the other members. But also, the podcast is coming back.
No, I think Unk wants to be the guest.
Yeah, I know. I had to discuss that with the other members.
Yeah, right. Gotcha.
But as far as it coming back, it's gonna come back. It's just that we have had a fairly inconsistent schedule. You know, real life stuff, and you know.
To be a podcast, you need to be consistent. You need to be able to get there. It takes a lot of time to get out there. Is that hosted on your channel, or is that another channel?
No, it's hosted on my channel.
Oh, cool.
Well, not hosted, but we'll like pre-record it.
Right.
And it's uploaded to me and Burst's channel. Okay.
Gotcha.
Until Figuarts eventually comes out with his channel, which, you know, expect that in the future. I gotta hype him up.
There you go. Ball C says, let's get Snook to 2K. Hey, man, just a matter of time.
Absolutely.
I'm just happy for you guys to be here. I'm happy for everybody to come in and talk action figures about me on a Friday night. I'm sure there's 1,000 better things you could be doing than hanging out with us, but we are very appreciative of you coming and hearing our opinions, and we want to hear yours. So shout out in the comments as well, down in the chat. We want to hear what you have to say when we're talking about something. Put your opinions. You are as much as this conversation as we are, so we want to hear it, okay? Let's see. Red Hud said, I am biased Dragon Ball Super fan, and I'm still waiting on Toppo from the Tournament of Power and his God form, I hope. Red Hud, I mean, I hope as well. I have a video that I pre-recorded a while back. Toppo is on that list. I just don't know, man, with the new Dragon Ball, are they gonna kill the Super line? Or are they going to make a third line and make this new, with Daima, like you were saying, Bomb? Like, I don't know where, honestly, I don't know where the Dragon Ball Super line is going, because they have not made a Dragon Ball Super anime version of a character since prior to all the Dragon Ball Super superhero stuff. So I don't know where they're at, and I don't know where they're going. I believe that Toppo definitely deserves a figure. Will they get to it, or are they just done and they're moving on? Unk says, I agree. As a 31-year-old man, I like the new Broly better. He's more fleshed out story. I don't know. I guess being a 35-year-old man, to me growing up, man, nothing beats Toonami, seeing that Rage Monster. I understand story-wise and character-wise, the new Broly is good, and I love the new Broly, don't get me wrong, but I just have that small, you know, that rose-tinted glasses looking at the original. So, Would love skinny, Broly, blue hair Marsis. Yes, I think we all would. Leon, the new Broly isn't as savage as the original Broly. Yeah, because he's a little bit more unhinged. He's got a little bit more character to him. So I definitely like Off the Edge. Even though he was still pretty crazy. Mars says, it's like they're revealing the major characters of the current saga, Android now, and then circling back to the more or less popular characters of the previous sagas and current. Yeah, man, they're all over the place. It's hard to tell. I really like, and that's the one thing I will say, and Mom, please give me your opinion on this as well. I get sick and tired of the Gokus, the Vegetas, the same characters over again. I'm gonna be honest with you, I started like petering out a little bit. I was just like, I'm so sick of these reveal. And then they brought Kui. Just seeing how cool he looks and so stylistically different and crazy looking, that really ignited the SH Figuart line for me again. I'm tired of the Friezas, I'm tired of the Vegetas, I'm tired of the Gokus. I love me all those characters, but I want new, I want exciting, and that's why I think I love the Namek Saga releases so much, is because they all were wacky and out of, like, you know, Birder and Jace don't look anything alike, and then you got Captain Ginyu and all these, so Kui really definitely brought me back into SH Figuarts. I was kind of getting burnt out with all the different Saiyans over and over again. What do you? What are your thoughts, Bomb?
I'm gonna give you pushback again.
Oh no.
But not because I necessarily disagree. Right. I guess I'm more indifferent, and I always love me Goku and Vegeta, so I'm biased in that way. Goku and Vegeta have so many different outfits and so many different battle damage ways that I pretty much predict and expect that it'll happen. I'll give you an example. On the last survey that Tamashii put out, they had driver's clothes, Piccolo and Goku. At one episode where they had when they was trying to get their driver's license, they had that on a survey to be made into figures. So after that, it's like anything is on the table for Goku, Vegeta, Frieza. Now,
I mean, you still got Badman Vegeta out there too.
Absolutely, I would put that in a heartbeat. Now I want to talk about Frieza, because Frieza bothers me a little bit, specifically his last form. I'm not talking about manga stuff. Last form.
Oh, fourth form
Frieza.
Okay.
Fourth form Frieza.
Okay.
I am upset that he hasn't been updated yet. He still has, for all intent and purposes, not even all intent and purposes, it just is what it is. Yeah. He's still on a 1.0 mold to this day.
Yep.
And that bugs me, because
what was it?
They can do.
A year ago, they re-released it with the Dragon Ball packed in.
Because I know they can do a much better sculpted Frieza. I know.
Well, they're doing Mecha Frieza.
Yeah.
So
and that's just like a glimpse of it. Right. I know the talent that they have at Tamashii, which is why I get frustrated sometimes.
Right.
They have some serious talent there where they can make a figure look like you plucked them right out of the show.
Oh, they do.
And then sometimes it's like sometimes, no offense to the people that work there, it's like they got the C or B team working on certain figures.
Right. Or the newbie.
Yeah.
Put this thing together and you're like, I don't know where this goes. It looks like a leg. It looks like an arm. Does this character have a tail? Maybe not. I don't know.
I want to go back to what you said with Kui.
Yeah.
That Kui figure is incredible.
I love it.
At least, even if you don't like, he's on the 2.0 mode, I don't think that really matters. Those head sculpts are incredible. They look like you plucked them right out the manga or anime.
Well, and they're getting more violent with them too, because like between the Mecha Frieza and the Kui, we're getting like the fireworks, like him being blown up, his face is all distorted. We're getting the Mecha Frieza split in half. Like they're going crazy with it, which I really appreciate them actually going to those things, because I almost thought to myself, like, they're not going to do this. It's too, like, for their model, it's too violent, but apparently I was wrong, and I'm happily wrong.
And you know what really bugs me about that, or I guess what really showed that they have the potential to do that, is if you see the Chainsaw Man stuff, his chainsaws do have a little blood on it. So I think it's about time we got some battle damage Dragon Ball figures with blood on it, just to add on to what you're saying.
Right. All right, let's get caught up in the comments here. We got a lot of comments, and I want to get through everybody, so I want to No, we're going to read everybody's comment on here, and we're going to respond if you have a question. Latrell said, my boy, what up, Latrell? How are you, buddy? Thanks for dropping in. Mars says, we're going to need to see updated Golden Frieza before anything else. I don't know, man. Like, kind of like what Bomb was saying. I just don't know if they're actually going to ever update that model, that body of Frieza, or if they're just going to keep pumping out the mold because it works. We'll see. Red Hut said they made a new God Goku, but I don't know. I definitely know when Dragon Ball Z manga gets animated, we will get all those dogs, but justice for Toppo. Updated Golden Frieza wasn't that the EE version, I guess, but that was back in 2018, I think. Yeah, it's a while ago. 2019 SCCC with Gohan and Rose Black. Okay, you guys are talking about that. So, Balachi said, I would love to have a buff Roshi figure. That'd be cool. Because they've only shown this Dragon Ball Super skinny version of Roshi. But they haven't done the buff version. That'd be kind of cool. I don't even care, honestly, if it was from Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z. Like, just give me a buff Roshi. That'd be dope. I really want a Dragon Ball Z version of Roshi. And I know the Dragon Ball version of Roshi works for Z, but it's like $250 right now, and Roshi's not worth that to me. I'll pluck the red out of you. What's going on, Josh? How are you? Thanks for being here, buddy. All right, so I want to transition, Bomb, if you're cool with this. I'm going to bring up another figure that I want to talk about. We're going to talk about it very, very briefly. And that is the new One Piece figure that was just announced of Ulysses Kid. This is also another figure from the Wano arc. Bomb, I don't know if you're a big One Piece fan or if you know much about One Piece.
I know a little bit. I know enough about One Piece to where I can have a somewhat of a conversation about it. Yes, I know who Kid is.
Okay.
Now, more recent arcs, I know the characters. I know who Kaido is. I know.
Right. But you don't know the intricacies of the story, what's going on and stuff.
I know intricacies up to, let's say, I want to say Dressrosa. That's when I really wavered and waned. But I got to Thriller Bark, and that's where I'm at.
But no, I like you know, like that's where I watched a ton. Like that's kind of how I go with One Piece. I'll watch a ton, like I don't know, 50 to 100 episodes, somewhere in between there. And then I'll leave it for a while and, you know, watch other stuff, and I won't watch it for a couple months or something. And then I'll come back to it and do that kind of thing. And no, but I mean, not knowing this character at all. I mean, I've seen him. I know what he looks like because I played the One Piece games. I didn't know his name, but he looks awesome. Josh says he's stoked for this figure. He looks incredible. Action Figure Avenue said Demon Beast Yakon would be a cool figure. Yes, he would. Onk said, I think by the time we get to PyCon and Kid Buu, they're going to really be in their bags. Speaking of which, how do you think they top that Tosin Art Buu? Oh man. I don't know, man. That Kid Buu looks sick. I just want them to make one. I don't even know if they need to top it. Just be on par with it and make the damn character. Like we don't have a Kid Buu.
I have a whole lot to say.
Okay, let's before we get on to Buu, let's tackle this One Piece figure.
That's what I was gonna do first.
Okay, let's go.
So first thing first, Kid. This looks like the show. This is an incredible sculpt, and I think one thing that always helps, and I think this is something that you were referencing with Dragon Ball, and I feel like that had to do less with Tamashii and more about the design philosophy. Dragon Ball has a lot of, especially when they do more humanoid characters, like human-looking characters, they have sometimes same face syndrome, and so the character designs can feel less unique.
Right.
One Piece is it's a different beast because you can always have these wacky, incredible character designs, and it looks awesome. Now, the first thing I thought when I saw this figure is Don Flamingo, because I saw the jacket and I was like, yes.
Yeah, Don Flamingo would be cool. Literally, it's just a color swap for his jacket there.
For the fur coat.
You're right. Yeah, and I'll definitely agree. I never thought about that, but if you pull a Super Saiyan Gohan face off and a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan or Goku face off, put it side to side, you probably can't tell the difference between it. But if I pull this figure's face off and pull it off with like Zoro's and you're gonna know who it is just by the faceplate. Like, I really think that's where One Piece excels, just not in the figure line here, but in the anime. The aesthetic is so distinguishable between character to character. And I think that really, really helps. I just kind of hope that they're fixing their issues as they're going between what happened to how cheaply Luffy feels and then what the problems were with Zoro, what the problems were with Sanji. I just hope they keep growing the line, because One Piece, with all its popularity going on right now, like, One Piece really deserves a good treatment because the popularity and just, I mean, it's going on for 20 some years. We're over 1,000 episodes. I mean, I couldn't imagine trying to collect this line. It would be astronomical.
One thing I'll say about One Piece,
mm-hmm.
the characters that I particularly want, I think it's only like I do want a lot of characters, but characters I want, I don't think at Thriller Bark they were introduced quite yet. They might have been talked about, but not introduced. I want the admirals.
The admirals?
I really want the admirals to be into the One Piece line. And one thing with the One Piece line I'll say is that the scale of the characters in terms of size is going to be interesting, because the characters are so humongous.
Oh, I know.
Like 9 feet tall, 9 and 10 feet tall. Like, if, for example, if Luffy is 5'7", 5'9", and he's half the height of some characters.
Yeah, right.
You know, making that work out in terms of figures.
Well, I mean, there's gonna have to be a little embellishment, because obviously the size difference between Luffy and Kaido, they're making the Kaido. It's obviously it's not close, but you can't make the figure bigger than it already is. Then it gets too expensive. It's already a $215 figure. So we got some comments here. We've got Moev says Captain Kid. Hell yeah. Christy says, hey Matt. Hi, how are you? Thanks for joining. Cyrus says, let's go, gents. What's going on? What's happening? Moev, I'd kill for a Whitebeard. Oh, dude, a Whitebeard would be sick. Josh said, I'm almost caught up. Yeah, man, he's been plowing through some One Piece. He started after me, years after me, and he's almost caught up to. He's been really digging the show, and I'm really love that the fact that he's enjoying that so much. And he said he needs the straw hats. See, if I was going to collect this line, that's probably all I would do. I think Law looks really, really cool, and I would like the Law, and the Yamato looks really cool. But I think if I was collecting the series personally, I would just get the 7 straw hats, or I guess 8 now. And that's probably where I'd have to stop it, because I can't keep going with the Dragon Ball and doing the One Piece as well. I've got to choose, and that nostalgia is on the side of Dragon Ball, unfortunately.
Well, can I say one thing to you, Snook?
Absolutely, go for it.
You might get introduced to Law, because you're not too far away from that character being introduced into the show.
And then I'll want the figure. So what you're saying is I need to stop watching the show so I don't spend hundreds of dollars on figures I don't need.
I'm not saying that per se. I'm just saying that you'll probably get to a point where, all right, I'll cherry pick very hard which characters I'll have.
Right. So Red Hood said, on the subject of One Piece, the Gear 5 Luffy, I think, is using wires in the legs and arms for the movement. Correct me if I'm wrong, but what are your guesses of opinion on that? I'm not sure. I don't think I've looked that close at the Gear 5 figure. Do you know if it's got, like, bendable arms and legs and wires in them?
Looks to be that way, and I also want to add, you shouldn't be looking at it because that's massive spoilers, but that's like
I've watched okay,
episode.
I must say it's just like Ultra Instinct. I wasn't watching Dragon Ball Super at the time, but when Instinct happened, I watched the episode horribly confused, and I was like, oh, okay. Same thing with One Piece. I watched the episode where he went Gear 5.
Okay.
So I spoiled it for myself. So here's the Gear 5. I mean, looking at the legs, yeah, they would have to be. They would almost have to be like rubber, like like almost like a rubber with a wire in it, because there's no way that this figure is going to be able to stand with that leg. That would be very interesting if they're going to go that way, and I would love to see if that's how it goes and it actually works. Like, they need to remake the other Luffy, because the legs were horrible on the standard Luffy. And also the side note, what the hell? Like, why didn't we get this attachment for our Luffy for his hat to hang off the back of him? Like, come on, Tamashii. Just saying.
You know why?
Money.
I always say this. Money. But more specifically, yes, it's money. However, he suffers from the same thing that Ichigo and Goku suffers from. You can make so many different variations to the same character that it doesn't even matter. Like the definitive Goku that maybe looks like an articulated Bandai Presto statue, it's gonna happen eventually. But how many figures are they gonna release until we get that?
Right. True.
Think about it. Like, you can keep on selling us a new Goku, a new Luffy. How many different outfits, especially after by the time you get to Water 7, he keeps on changing outfits. So you can always sell us a new Luffy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because Luffy, like, because what does he have? Like red pants? Like in the original, he had the blue pants and the red, and the first couple of arcs, he had his vest closed and then he had it open. So like, there's so many different variations of Luffy that you can make. Let's just make it better, because I understood where they were going and what they were doing. They were making as cheap as possible to make Luffy obtainable, because $35 is that entry level figure for everybody to buy, which I understand, but you can see the corners that they cut to make that figure $25 or $35. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying, but I don't think it should be that way. And I'm going to tell you why it shouldn't be that way. I'm going to give you a specific example. We're going to go to my baby, Dragon Ball. Ultimate Gohan. Brand new mode. Everything. Updated mode. He was one of the first characters that had the 3.0 mode. Now, Super Saiyan 4 was the definitive first. But Gohan, $35, right? General release. I think the only QC issue he had is, like, he had this thing, but he had this, I don't know, like, somehow in the molding process, something got, like, some type of smudge on the hair. That was the only QC issue I had with him. But that other, like, articulation and loose joints and everything, I never really heard anything too much about it. I may have heard, like, a loose hip or something like that, but I didn't hear nothing like that.
Right.
And so I think the same thing should carry over to that Luffy figure. Now, this goes back to what you said. It's possible that they're spreading themselves too thin.
Right. I definitely think that's a high possibility. And while I enjoy it, like, I like the fact that Android 20 goes with Yamcha. I love that connection between those two, because these figures are made for each other. My thing is, what I don't like is the faceplates in every figure, because then to the point it's like teetering between the collecting paradise where it's like, oh my god, there's like a little bonus for Luffy every time I buy a One Piece figure, to the point where it's like borderline predatorial, because it's like, well, I don't give a crap about Yamato, but Yamato has the classic big smile, eyes shut, laugh, or like grinning face for Luffy. So it's like, I want that face for my Luffy, but do I spend $100 to get a figure I don't want? Because they did this with Dragon Ball Superhero. They put the glasses version and the Super Saiyan head in the Gammas, but some people didn't want the Gammas. But to get the Super Saiyan head, you had to spend that much money to get the head. So it's like, I understand the business model, but it's almost to the point where it's like, come on, man, you're putting a specific part behind a $100 paywall.
And what I'll say about that is, I know you disagree, Snook.
Yeah.
But that's why third party is like thriving so hard, because there have been third parties to pick that up on the back end. Hey, you guys want to do that? I'm not saying third party is always perfect, but what they do is they'll pick stuff up on the back end and be like, yes, like they they more readily listen to maybe some complaints that you may have with the line. More specifically because my channel is focused on Dragon Ball. Not to say that there won't be other stuff, but it's more catered towards Dragon Ball. I see the catering. Hey, all right, and maybe it's because they're a smaller company. They feel that they have they don't have much of a choice but to cater. But
right. I mean, no, I totally get that. I do want to catch up with comments here.
Absolutely.
Unk says Ultimate Gohan wasn't $35, though I'm pretty sure he was closer to 50. I can't remember though. Him and Piccolo were the most expensive than the other figures. The Ultimate Gohan was $35, I'm sure. Or maybe maybe he was 40. I know he wasn't 50. I think he maybe have been like 40. But yeah, I mean, but at the same time, then they made 17 more attachments for him, which went crazy. And then Madiv said, DeRosa Luffy, please. I don't know what.
DeRosa Luffy?
Yeah, that's what he's saying. I don't know. Man, I'm so far. I got to get caught up, man. I got to be up with the cool kids.
You got several arcs before you get there.
Because I've played a VR version of the game, like a game, and it had what was his name? From the DeRosa arc. God, I'm blanking on his name right now.
Which one?
Cyrus said he was 45. Okay. Thank you for the correction, Cyrus.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cy. Good man.
But what's it? Oh my God, Dumb Flamingo. Like I played the VR version, and
you was talking about him, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, and I came close face to face with him in the VR game, and it's like, man, I really wish this would probably hit harder if I knew who the hell you were. But I don't know. Action Figure Avenue said, Snook, what is your favorite arc in Dragon Ball Z? And his is the Buu Saga. Mine personally, growing up, it used to be the Cell arc. I really love the part with Gohan going Super Saiyan 2. I love the changing of the guard. But watching it recently, I would say within the last 2 years, I've shifted to the Frieza saga. I just felt like Frieza had better motivation, in my opinion. I like the bad guy thing. He was trying to get more immortality. He wasn't so much of doing like what Cell did, the Saiyan thing is what I call it, where they just want to fight to get stronger and putting on the games. So I like that. I loved all the characters. The Ginyu Force was fantastic. Kui was cool. Like all just, and the growth, and then seeing the best scene in Dragon Ball Z, in my opinion, is him going Super Saiyan for the very first time. So I would say Frieza Saga, Namek Saga is probably my favorite. Bomb, do you have a favorite in Dragon Ball Z?
Okay, so here we go. Growing up, I would agree. My favorite saga was the Buu Saga.
Okay.
But, I mean, like, that was when I was younger. As I've gotten older, I would say it went from Cell Saga, and then from Cell Saga to the Frieza Saga. Now, I like the Frieza Saga for different reasons, not necessarily Frieza's motivation, but because I love the characters involved, even if you're not taking out a big boss like Krillin or Gohan at that point because they were weaker.
Yeah,
I did like their involvement, their heavy involvement. All right, we can't beat Raccoon, we can't beat Goldo, all right, so let's try to work together and beat him. I love that aspect of it. All right, we can't beat Frieza, but we can stall at least a little bit until we
get Piccolo and
heavy hitter. Yeah, until the heavy hitters arrive.
Well, and just the amount. I mean, if you really think about it, like in the Cell arc, outside of the android, like the 3 androids, or I guess the 5 androids and Cell, like you had all the versions of Frieza, so that would counteract Cell's transformations. Then you had all the Ginyu Force. You had Zarbon, you had Monster Zarbon, you had Dodoria, you had Kui, you had like just so many different characters that were so aesthetically and visually different that I thought it was very interesting.
Okay, one thing I'll say is that in terms of motivation, like just going off of what you were saying with Cell, I don't mind it too much because I think I've learned to appreciate Cell because of a different character from a different series.
Okay.
There's a character in another series called Hunter x Hunter.
Yep.
And one of the characters in the series takes direct inspiration from Cell in terms of character design. And the character was of the character archetype of I'm trying to discover who I am. And I feel like that's the route that they should have taken with Cell.
Is it Miriam? Is that who you're talking about?
Yes. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I think that's the route that they should have taken with Cell. Now, I know Toriyama's not the type of person to write these deep characters. But if he was going to do it, I think that's the route he should have taken. All right, you got the Dr. Gero programming, fine. But what does he get? I think he should have moved beyond that. All right, what am I? Why am I here? What is my purpose? Because, okay, he kills Goku, now what? All right, I'm going to trounce amongst the stars and blow up planets and everything, you know?
Right.
I think Cell could have been so much more because he was a blank slate. He was a child, basically.
Yeah.
Technically speaking. But he had all this power and he had so much potential, especially now that Super exists, right? Super exists, and we know that Cell, if they actually brought the original Cell back, he would have been a serious problem. Because he had the DNA Frieza, the Saiyans. And so I'm almost certain that's why they didn't bring him back and his, the original character. Right. Because they couldn't justify the heroes beating him. Now, of course, you can always justify it with a new form or something like that. Either way.
Yeah. So Red HUD said, "It's okay, Snook. I'm on episode 9 of One Piece." Hey, man, only like more than 1,000 episodes to go. You're getting there. Let's see what we got. Let's get the record straight. Ginyu Force was so gas it sucked. The figures so expensive now. LOL. Jace is my dude, and it's gotta be extremely offensively Australian version of Jace. That is the version I want to hear in my ears. Like, it's so bad. It's like if they hired me to do an Australian accent, I just overplay it. 3D, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining the stream. The whole Namek saga is the best to me. Nice. Moab said DeRosa Luffy just got the sunflower button-up shirt. Oh, that's funny. Roy said, "Nice do, bro." Thank you very much, sir. Action Figure Avenue, what's your favorite arc in Dragon Ball? Mine's the 23rd Bodoka. Never seen it. Seen episode 1. I've never seen Dragon Ball the original. That's probably a sin, I know. Never seen it. Let's see. What's going on? Magenta? Do you think SH for WWE could ever come back? Absolutely. I just think right now what's going on with SH Figuarts, anime is at an all-time high right now. The popularity, especially with the Netflix One Piece show coming out and really gassing everything up, I think anime is just really, really high right now. So I did absolutely WWE come back. It's still popular. Cyrus, yes, sir. Roy said, jealous of that hair. Oh, you're jealous of this hair? Nah, don't be jealous. Big facts. What's the anime line you want to in SH Figuarts form? Bob, I'll let you answer that one first. What anime line do you want SH Figuart form that they have not announced yet?
Wow, you're gonna put me on a spot like that?
Just one.
Unbelievable.
On top of your head right now. I already know mine.
On the top of my head?
I already know mine.
So mine is a very unpopular anime.
Okay.
Because it's originated as the webtoon, and a lot of webtoons are Korean, and so they haven't quite. They've made their splash, but not really yet.
Okay.
God of High School.
God of High School. Okay. I've heard some good things about that. I have never seen it. I would say
Dragon Ball Z.
So mine has been the same answer for a while now, but I did see something today, which if you saw if you're part of the Discord, you've probably seen me say this, but my original pick is Yu Yu Hakusho. I really love to see Yu Yu Hakusho with Karama and Hiei and Yusuke. I'd really love those to come out. Outside of that, just recently I saw Tamashii did Gundam figures, and they did Gundam Seed and I think another figure. They're doing the pilots. 100% Gundam Wing. I need Hiro. I need Duo, Katra, Troa. I want and Wufei. I need all of the Gundam pilots from Gundam Wing. That would be my dream. Didn't even think that was possible until I saw the Gundam figures. So I'm gonna take Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm gonna put those Gundam figures right on top because I'm a huge Gundam Wing fan. So
one thing I want to add on about the Yu Yu Hakusho thing,
okay,
and that is I believe that those anime figures will be made. Why? Because we got the live action show. What is the live action show gonna do? Bring attention to the anime. What is the anime? Bring attention to the anime gonna do? Potentially, not guaranteed, of course.
Right.
Bring them Yu Yu Hakusho, because Yusuke is my favorite main character of the anime. Period. Well, I guess you could say what I experienced with Yusuke, which is the American English dub.
Right.
So I love his portrayal in that version. I enjoyed the dub. I enjoyed the dub so much. I legit, when I was catching up with Yu Yu Hakusho, I bought all the DVD sets.
I have.
That's how much I love Yu Yu Hakusho.
I have the four sets of Blu-ray.
Well, I don't have it on Blu-ray. I had it on regular DVD. But yes, I did get the 4 sets.
Yeah, I will. If I ever watch it again, I'll stop after the Dark Tournament. In my opinion. After that point, I personally felt like it fell apart, but still a very, very good show.
Absolutely, took all sense with it. Amazing.
Unk said the biggest problem with the WWE SH Figuarts stuff was the scale, way too small compared to the Mattel figures, and the articulation on the old ones sucked intensely. Yeah, they make, and I don't feel like, in my opinion, with SH Figuarts, I don't think they do realistic faces very well, especially when it comes to like the MCU ones. And that, like, if I'm gonna do something realistic, SH Figuarts is not gonna be the line I go with. So maybe there's a better line out there for you for your WWE figures, especially if they're not very good with scale. Sire said, if you watch original Dragon Ball, you'll look at Goku completely different, leaving you asking, bro, what happened? Okay, that's gonna be insightful to actually get through it. I planned on watching it. I literally sat down to watch it, watched one episode. I was like, oh, I really like this. I'll come back. And I just know that was 2 months ago. Red Hut said, I'm biased and I want JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, even though they have a figure line, but they are too expensive. Hey man, not anymore. Like those super action statues, man, they're on par from SH Figuarts. If they make JoJo's in SH Figuarts, they'll probably be about the same price. So it's really just like, are you gonna buy them now with that figure line, or are you gonna wait till SH Figuarts gets them and then pretty much probably spend the same amount, if not more, depending on how detailed they go. I love JoJo's. That'd be exciting. But also, again, that's another line where you're not buying just one character. You got to buy 2 per. Like, you got to buy their stand and you got to buy the actual user. Those can probably add up quite fast. Any non-SH Figuarts that you're excited for? For me personally, man, I've been getting into the old classic Spider-Man figures, like the old classic blister pack. So I picked up Hammerhead. I'm going to try to get all the original 90s Spider-Man and then the re-release of the X-Men 97. I've been grabbing those. They're going to stay in these boxes. Not necessarily I'm a big in-box collector. It's just I really love the aesthetic and the art of these figures. And the second I go to take this guy out, it's going to rip all this and this is going to become trash. And that would hurt me a little bit. So I'm going to keep those. Bob's, anything with you outside of SH Figuarts? Or is there any other lines that you're excited for? Yeah, outside of
plenty of lines I'm excited for. Plenty.
Just go ahead and ramble a couple off.
Okay, one thing I'm excited for. If you collect loose collectibles tends to do figures based off of like old horror movies. I'm not saying that's completely what they do. Okay. But they released the was it Mr. Hyde figure? They plan to release the werewolf figures. To me, loose collectibles is what I imagine Marvel Legends to be now in terms of quality. They have the sculpt, they have that super stylized comic book like proportions,
Okay.
broad shoulders, big chest, big back, strong legs. They got the proportions all correct, and they got the paint on there too, which is something that's rare to find. And since I'm on the topic of paint, getting off topic real quick, super action statue stuff and the JoJo SH Figuarts stuff, if it happens, I think JoJo SH Figuarts stuff does have a big chance of happening, because once again, just like with Yu Yu Hakusho, well, even bigger chance, because they've already shown off that Kisame Rohan figure that's from a live action show that I haven't seen.
Right.
So don't think that the anime, if they did that with a live action, the anime is going to sell even more.
Oh yeah.
Don't be surprised if you do see SH Figuarts JoJo at some point. Now, will it be better than the super action statue stuff?
I don't know.
Tell, because I think the super action statue stuff has something that Figuarts lost, I would say, in a sense, like the beginning of the Dragon Ball line, which is where they use a lot of shading and paint.
Right.
Super action statue JoJo stuff uses a lot of paint. It's one of the few figure lines that till this very day still does it. And so that's going to be hard to compete with. Now, some of their joints are a little dated, I think.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Yeah, I think aesthetically they look fine, but when it comes to articulation, I do feel like they fall behind a little bit. But I mean, I would love to see JoJo's in the SH Figuarts. I love JoJo's. Now, quick question off the cuff, and then we'll get through more of these comments. What's your favorite part from JoJo's? And I want to hear you guys as well at home. What is your favorite parts of JoJo's if you've seen it? I'm going to start off. Mine is part 4. Absolutely nothing, in my opinion, competed against part 4. And I love it so much. I love all the characters, and I love the almost like the Saturday morning cartoon intro where it's just like playing that happy 50s music going in. I really liked part 4. Do you have one, Bomb? What's your favorite JoJo's part?
Absolutely, of course. I love JoJo's. JoJo's is up there with my top things that I don't even rank to rank because they just hold a special place in my heart. JoJo's, Dragon Ball, Yu Yu Hakusho. It's probably like 2 more that I could put in there. Oh yeah, Bleach.
Yep.
Those things hold a special place in my heart. Now with JoJo's, I would say my favorite part, I always go back and forth between part 4 and part 6, specifically because part 4, I love Kira so much. I love Kira. He just wants to live a quiet, like, it's such a simple character, but at the same time complex. He just wants to live a quiet life, but
yeah,
the trade-off with that is him serial killing women. Sorry if that's a spoiler. My bad.
No, you're fine. Yeah.
With part 6, I love that kind of tragic ending.
Mm-hmm.
I eat that type of ending up. And that's what made part 6 for me, because
I haven't finished the ending of part. I'm still working through part 6.
Sorry.
So no.
Admit.
No, I didn't hear anything. You were talking about, you said ending, and I kind of like just blanked for a second. I haven't finished. I think I'm like, oh God, 3 to 4 episodes into the second part of the finale of 6. I would say I like it. I like Jolene a lot. 4, and then I think if I had to pick a second, my second would be part 2. I really like part 2.
I just want to add on. I've seen up to part 7. I began part 8.
Oh, reading it?
Reading it.
Okay.
I finished part 7, and I think a lot of people will like the antagonist for part 7.
Okay.
A lot. But that's all I'll say.
Okay. So Charlie Charles, welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here. Yes, I've been wanting Yu Yu Hakusho line, dude. Yu Yu Hakusho is great. Especially Gundam Wing Endless Waltz. I need that. Love me some Endless Waltz as well. Probably the coolest Gundam show, but probably one of the most confusing. It's one of those shows that you can't miss an episode, or you won't know what the hell's going on, or who's connected to who, or what politics are happening. But I absolutely love it. I could probably watch it once a year and learn something new every time. Oh God, I just went. I gotta figure out where we are. Sorry guys. It's comment. Here, let me make this bigger here so I can see these comments better. Moave said OG Dragon Ball is awesome, so big recommend if you ever get time to mess with it. I absolutely plan on it. I feel like being such a big Dragon Ball Z fan, it needs to happen for sure. Also, have you either of you gotten SH Figuarts Android 19? And if so, what are your thoughts on it? I do have it. Pull it out here. I do have it right here. He's cool looking. I've taken it out of the box. I really haven't messed around with the articulation very much, but I do have it. I think aesthetically he looks really, really cool. I plan on doing a review on this guy. I just love how interesting and cool looks. He definitely is a lot shorter than I thought. Bombs, do you have Android 19?
I do not have Android 19 yet.
Yet? You getting him though?
I do plan. I plan on getting, because I've reviewed a lot of Saiyan characters just for, because I know that it's going to do well. But I do plan on reviewing all the non-Saiyan characters, Frieza, androids, because I actually do love the androids, you know?
Right.
So
this is the size.
Maybe about the Saiyans for me, actually.
Yeah. This is the size of him, so you can see that's the size of my hand. He's a lot smaller than I thought, but it makes sense because he is shorter than Vegeta, and Vegeta's pretty short character. But he looks fantastic. I think paint application they did really, really well. I haven't noticed any rubbing. I've just been playing around with his joints and stuff. Feels pretty good. Doesn't feel cheap, but we'll do a more in-depth review here on the channel when I get around to it. So we'll definitely talk about that. But yes, I think it's a good figure. Love it. So Sayar says Yu Yu Hakusho and Gundam Wing Pilots. Let's go, Snook. Plus, Yu Yu is confirmed the anime to be coming back next year, gents. What do you mean coming back? Like
coming back as in a remake?
Like a remake or like a continuation? Because I will be excited for one and not the other. Yu Yu Hakusho would be big, and my personal pipe dream would be Tokyo Ghoul. That would, Moev says Tokyo Ghoul. I actually like me some Tokyo Ghoul. As much hate as it got, and I'm not gonna lie, season 3 was a little confusing, but I do like me Tokyo Ghoul. Now, did you watch any Tokyo Ghoul?
That Tokyo Ghoul is, and I mean no disrespect with this comparison I'm about to do.
Uh-oh. Guys, hide your ears. He's about to say something mean. No, go ahead. What's up?
It was another series like Attack on Titan where I started off like going for it hard and then I fell off because it was bad. It was just that I don't know. I just never got back to it. It was never bad, or it was always good or great to my opinion. But I don't know. I wasn't consistent with it.
Yeah, it got really weird. Between season 1 and season 2. Season 1 is excellent. Season 2 got a little weird, but it was still good. And then season 3, for the first like 10 episodes, like, not to spoil anything, but it like he forgets who he is basically, and then he remembers who he is. So like he goes by a different name, and you're like, wait, and he looks completely stylistically he looks different. So it's really confusing. But I really do, and I did enjoy that series at the beginning. Which just said, Goku seeing Grandpa Gohan again is one of the greatest moments in the series. I will definitely have to check that out. Unk says, Yu Yu Hakusho coming back. Yeah, please explain. What do you mean? Also, JoJo SH Figuarts is already a thing, but it's only live action Rohan. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but I don't mess around with live action. Unk said, I'm with you on keeping the new X-Men in box. The cards are so good. Yeah, man. They are crispy. They're so nice. Action Figure Avenue says, what's your opinion on the SH Figuarts Demon Slayer line? Action Figure Avenue, we'll get to that. I want to cover Naruto, and then we'll go into the Demon Slayer. But I want to get caught up on comments. We'll go into Naruto, and then we'll get to Demon Slayer for sure. Cyrus says, Snook, yeah, the way Goku utilizes techniques and puts things together in original Dragon Ball is amazing. The Toriyama just had him stop in Dragon Ball Z is a Saturn aspect bomb. Wolf Clan, no doubt. Brozone.
Referencing the loose collectibles.
Okay.
Collectibles line.
Okay, gotcha. Red Hud said, I love part 8 in the manga, but anime part 5 JoJo's is my favorite anime and manga. I didn't mind part 5. I just didn't care for the main character as much. And then there was too much of the arrow MacGuffin was a little too much for me in that. My favorite part is part 2 and then 4 in second place. Action Figure Avenue. We're swapped on those, but those are my 2 favorite parts as well. Afro Latino says, my boy King Bombastic.
Yeah, that's my man from high school, man. That's one of my good friends. Appreciate it.
Charlie Charles says, how about a slam dunk Figuarts line? Hey man, I mean, I know a lot of people that love them some slam dunk. I've never seen it, but I know that one would sell quite well.
Well, can I say a little bit before you move on to the next question?
Absolutely.
2 things. Sports anime getting figures. Wow. But first of all, if Slam Dunk was successful, you can bet Kuroko no Basket will be. And then behind that, especially with how much people seem to like, why am I forgetting? Why am I blanking up the soccer anime? I'm blanking on the name right now. Oh man, somebody in the chat, tell me. But yeah, the soccer anime that's out recently.
Oh, Saga, yeah. Blue Lock?
Yes, Blue Lock.
Gotcha.
Those would do well, in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay, so did you catch that 100% full power Frieza was confirmed during the Tamashii Insta live stream earlier, and Yu will be a reanimation next year. Oh, reanimation? Yes. Absolutely love it. As long as it's not a continuation, I would love an updated, kind of like what they did with Rurouni Kenshin. I don't know if you guys have been catching that. They reanimated Rurouni Kenshin. So that would be awesome. I would definitely jump on board for Yu Yu Hakusho, the reanimation. But no, I did not see the full power Frieza stuff. I was not shocked that one was going to come. But no, I couldn't watch their live streams. Their live stream angle and them talking about it was awful. So I personally couldn't watch it, but I missed a lot. I'm just waiting for the photos and stuff. TK said, question, do you play Legends or Dokkan Battle? I play neither.
Okay, so I did play Legends at one point, and what happened is, okay, more bombastic lore. At the night of drinking and hanging out with friends, I lost my phone in an Uber. So all that Dragon Ball Legends data is long gone. I never decided to restart it. But yes, I do like Dragon Ball Legends. I do hope that in the future we get Charlotte and the Dragon Ball Legends exclusive characters to answer that question.
That'd be cool. I know a lot of people play both of those games. I'm not much of a mobile game player. I am big into video games. I do like play on my PC and I play on my PlayStation, mainly PlayStation, but I don't really mess with mobile games. Moe said Tokyo anime was awful. The manga is one of the best of all time, in my opinion, behind Berserk, Vagabond, and Vinland, of course. Oh, interesting. So the manga is better, but the Tokyo Ghoul anime was terrible. Makes sense. Because it wasn't very good. We need them Zach Bell figures. Who's Zach Bell?
Oh, Zach Bell. Oh,
Zach
man,
Bell.
if you watched Toonami back in, well, I guess you could say the early 2000s now.
Yeah.
Zach Bell. Only thing about Zach Bell is it seemed like one of those things that if you ask people now, they'd be like, oh, yeah, I remember the anime where the teenager read from the book and he had the kid using different attacks, shooting lightning out of his mouth. And I think they did make Zatch Bell figures. They were going to start the line. They made the main character and the guy that held his book. I don't know that it sold that well because we never heard anything about Zatch Bell again. And in fact, they even made a Zatch Bell sequel manga. I think it should be out now. But I think what happened is it's suffering from that Shaman King, where first of all, he had Shaman King Flowers, and then there was a series after Shaman King Flowers that I didn't even know existed.
Crazy.
I just think that maybe people aren't really that interested in the show, and that this goes beyond the figures, because you got to prove yourself as a show in order to get a figure line.
For sure. So Red Hood coming in with the pickup on that, saying Blue Lock. Thank you for helping us out there. Afro Latino said Vinland Saga. Never mind. I thought he said Saga as well, so I was thinking Vinland Saga. So that was my bad that you went down that road. Cyrus says, I got you, bro. I'll send you a clip I recorded. Dude, I would love to see the clip. I don't know if I could sit through one of their live streams personally, but thank you very, very much. The Zatch Bell SH Figuart was anatomically correct, and I think they made it... This stupid, heart is in front of your comment. Made it fail. Fair enough. I'm trying to read comments, and the very last comment on the board, there's a heart, with the heart and the heart. Yeah, I can't see around it, man. So it cuts off words. So let's go ahead. If you're cool, we'll move into the next Instagram post, which is going to be Dirty Naruto. This is going to be a Tamashii Nation store exclusive. I've seen it's going to be around $50. 100% ain't worth that. 100% ain't worth that.
You want my thoughts on it?
What?
Well, I live in New York, so I can just take the train to Times Square and get the figure. If people want to see that on my channel, since it's a Tamashii Nation store exclusive. But
yeah,
I think that first of all, this Naruto figure is a great figure.
It is absolutely a great figure. But I guess
we didn't need Dirty Naruto.
Yeah, we didn't need Dirty Naruto. Literally, you could just take your figure, put like a glue stick on it, roll it in the dirt, and you've got this figure. The fact that it's a store exclusive, and what I have seen, it's going to be around $50, which is $15 more than the original release, and there's nothing new other than he's dirty. I thought this was unneeded. Nobody asked for it. And this is dumb, in my opinion. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Love that song. So I don't know what, to me, I feel like this is unnecessary. We don't need this figure. And the fact that it's so low effort but put the tag of store exclusive is ridiculous. Unk says they could have at least done a better version of the anime heroes one from the end of the war against Sasuke with the torn shirt. Yeah, they could have had his shirt open with the ninja armor underneath it or whatever. They could have done so much more for this figure than just literally take dirt and rub it on his body. I don't know. Maybe am I being too harsh here, Bomb?
I don't think so at all. I think this is a very pointless figure. I don't know why it exists. Because when they said, didn't they describe it as battle damage?
It's battle scarred edition.
He's not scarred at all. He's not battle scarred at all. I don't see no. I don't even see what Gohan beats. At least there's some tears in his pants. Yeah, it looks like he had endured a little battle. This doesn't look like it at all. It looked like he rolled in the dirt, like you said.
Literally, this should be called Naruto Uzumaki Tide Needed Edition.
I will say I do like the paint scheme that's done on it. It looks nice, but I don't understand why it exists.
I don't either. It makes no sense.
Besides maybe that new Rasengan right there that you got on the screen.
Yeah, that's the only thing new with this figure. I've looked at it, all the hands, all the faces, everything is the same except for that Rasengan and maybe the scuffs on his headband. Outside of that, I want the ball, but I don't want to buy a $50 figure just for the ball. And then if you buy this one, you can't put it with your other one as a shadow clone because it would make no sense. They don't look the same.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, so okay, so I want to create a shadow clone, and that's why I thought Naruto at $35 worked so well, because you could army build, and you could buy 3 or 4 of them, and then do shadow clones. But like at $50,
Absolutely.
like you're gonna have to spend $100 to get 2 of them, and I don't feel like it's worth the money here. And like you said, it's a odd choice. Why? To get, I guess it's to get people like that gotta collect them all mentality and just pop in here.
Guess so.
And I don't know. And also, I don't know if you guys noticed this looking at this photo here. He does got some dirt on his face, and I don't know if this is supposed to be dirt on his hands or that's a rub off on the paint. I don't know if you guys can see this at all. Right here on the back of his hand, it looks like, I don't know if it's supposed to be dirty like that or if that's rub off from the sleeve.
It's possible that it's supposed to be dirty like that. I wouldn't put it past it.
Right. So, bleeding into more of the Naruto stuff, they announced a new Naruto line, which as a Naruto fan, I'm not happy about. I hate the fact that now we're getting 2 different lines. We get the standard Naruto stuff, and now we have Naruto 99. What are your guys' thoughts on this? They've announced the Naruto, they announced Sakura, and they announced Minato. So what are you guys' thoughts? I am not happy that they made a completely different line for these figures. This is stupid. TK, what is 99? So Naruto 99 was Naruto the top 99, and they put a poll out for everybody to vote on all the characters in Naruto, and Minato won as the #1 liked character out of the show, and they made a poster called like the top 20, and all these figures that they showed are in poses from the 99 top 20 poster, and they're now making these figures. We'll get to it. I'll show you here's the Naruto. He comes with the flag. He's got different faceplates than the original Naruto. I do kind of like the fact that you could probably use these faces and these hands on your other Naruto, because it looks pretty much the exact same figure. Nothing's different. Here's the Sakura. She's holding this big weird axe that I've never seen her carry. She's got this cute little face there, which I think is really neat. I like the face option, but I don't know, to spend another $55 to get another Sakura just for a different faceplate. And then of course, here's the Minato. This one looks fantastic, and they completely ruined it by giving his Rasengan to have the 99 embedded in it. And he actually has the scroll as well. I really want this character, but I don't necessarily want Naruto top 99. I think it's kind of dumb. Bomb, I'll let you take it. Which one do you want to talk about first? I'll get it on that photo.
We can start from the Sakura, because Naruto holding that flag is not much to talk about. One thing I want to answer one of the top 10 questions, because this is my kid in real life. So you guys are being mean to SH, shaking my head. What have they ever done to deserve this? They've done a lot to deserve this, my good man. They QC issues be updated, and also they love to double dip and money grab. So this is why we got to be critical of them. This is my guy, of course. I know I'm in real life, but Sakura with the axe. I'm not gonna lie, I do almost wanted to get the figure just because the axe, because I think it looks cool.
Right. Did we lose you?
Point.
Oh,
hello?
Yep. Sorry, we lost you there for a second. Go ahead.
Wait, what was the last thing you heard?
The axe looks cool.
I was like, okay, so you didn't miss much at all.
Nope.
What I was saying is that I don't see much point in releasing this besides, okay, that top 99, which was done by Kishimoto. It looks like his art style for sure. It's a lot of favorite characters, ironically, in that Naruto top 99 art.
Yeah. Now, they haven't officially said these are released or coming out. All they've said is this is part of the Naruto 99 display, and that more information is going to come at Jump Festa. So they do show a lot out that they never release. Months ago we saw King Cold, and that hasn't come out yet. So there's definitely things on the docket that they'll put out and they'll show and they'll put feelers out. I don't know if this is going to come out or not. We'll just have to see. But I definitely want to piggyback off of you. It's not the fact that we're trying to be mean or go out of our way, but I believe when we when we are spending $100 a character, and they have shown to do more sleazy methods to include faceplates or extra heads and other figures to get you to buy the whole set, that's where we got to be critical. These things aren't $20, $25 a piece. They're getting up to the point where almost every figure is $100. So I feel like with the high price tag comes with the high criticism. And trust me, like, I'm not backing away from this. I love SH Figuarts. I do think they do more good than harm, but with that high price tag, they got to take the high criticism, and I feel like it's warranted. But don't get me wrong, I love Tamashii and what they're doing as a whole. I just have slight nitpicks that I want to call them out on.
Absolutely.
Right,
but yeah, Sakura figure, I like it.
Yeah, I love the face. I think the face is cool. All right, so let's get your opinions on this Minato.
That Minato is incredible. I'm sorry, I might be a little biased because I love the character. He's incredible. I even went back and looked at the old version of the figure.
Yep.
This Minato is incredible. It's what I wanted him to be. I don't like that 99 on that Rasengan at all. I hate it.
I do too, man. I saw that and I was like, well, if this is the only Minato I get, that thing's going in the trash. Like, I feel like it ruined it. At least with this, at least with the Sakura and the Naruto, you don't have to put the flag in his hand, and you don't have to put the axe in her hand. But this is like the attack.
And you know what? Now it's funny, we were just talking about this. Now what I'm gonna have to do is get that store exclusive Naruto and borrow that brand new Rasengan and put it onto him.
There you go.
Way to make a sell, Tamashii. Way to make a sell. But yeah, this Minato looks awesome. Yeah, incredible. Now,
and also, like, not to interrupt you, the one little piece I want to get on here is, why split your lineup? Just make the characters in the Naruto line and go from there. Oh, by the way, just notice small detail. Right on the kunai, it actually says Naruto top 99 as well.
So that's gonna give them the more differentiations that they make, the more reason it is to release another Minato figure. Don't be surprised.
I mean, possibly, but this is probably gonna be a skip for me, to be honest. Like, I don't want the branding of 99 all over it. Now make this, take the 299s off, 100% buy for me. I love this character. I think it looks fantastic. I just feel like, I don't know if this is lack of a better word, but the taint of 99 is all over it.
As long as it's not on his jacket, the jacket will be the deal breaker for me. But it's just on the attack and on the please. But it's on the attack, it's on the kunai. What can I say? I don't love it, but I really want a Minato figure.
Yeah, doesn't he looks sick though? Like, they did such a good job. It's just like, why couldn't this be in our normal line? But so let's go over here. So we've got, you talked about Chainsaw Man before, so we got another release in the Chainsaw Man line. This is one I absolutely might teeter myself into the Chainsaw Man line, and that's Makima. Like, oh my god, dude, this figure looks awesome, and I love this character. She's so cool. And the fact that, yes, guys, that you're not seeing that wrong, but that is soft goods also in her jacket. And I love that. I love the fact that they're venturing out and doing more soft goods. So what are your thoughts on Makima, man? Like, are you excited? Did you see this character coming?
I absolutely saw this character coming, but give me 1 second. I'm gonna Google something real quick. Okay.
What do you got, chat? While he's Googling that, what's your guys' thought on Makima? Are you guys a Chainsaw Man watcher? Do you guys, what other animes do you guys watch outside of Dragon Ball? Like, personally, Chainsaw Man, I watched Jujutsu Kaisen, a little bit of One Piece. I've been watching Shield Hero. That's been one on my list. Also, Goblin Slayer Season 2 came back. I've been watching that. Is there anything else out there that you guys... Unk says, those hips look questionable, though. Yeah, kind of. Her hips do have a very much like a 1.0 kind of hip. That's a good eye on that. I don't know how, like... But also, like... How crazy are you gonna put in a pose of her? You know what I mean?
So one thing I will say.
Yeah.
One thing I will say is that I'm happy Unc mentioned the hips, Guys, I want y'all to realize something. I want y'all to pay attention with the Dragon Ball line too. Hips will eventually, for all the figure lines, in my theory, will again eventually go back to looking like this. Now, why do I say that? The reason why I say that is because I think eventually the end goal is for them to function and look like a Storm collectible figure.
Okay.
If you've seen Storm collectibles, you can't really see like the joint, but it still functions in almost the same capacity, if not better, than a figure arts.
So
Remember,
it's almost like a shell on top of what you see underneath. It's not as exposed.
Yes. It's not as exposed. In fact, to the point where the only thing you can see is that the leg is attached to the crotch piece. That's the only thing that you can see. And I believe that's where we're headed in terms of aesthetic. Because remember, at least with the Dragon Ball line, they seem to prefer aesthetic over articulation. So I do believe that the articulation, and even Unc referenced this before, he's like, by the time we get to Kid Buu, they're going to be in that bag. Yes, I believe that. But right now, what they're going to prioritize first is the aesthetic. That's why Gohan doesn't have that ab cut in his shirt. He has it under the shirt, most likely.
Yeah, it's I think his shirt, his top, I think we kind of glossed over that. I think it's that rubberized shirt that was on Beast. His ab is underneath the rubber, and they're trying to get more and more away from seeing all the joints and more, like you said, make it more aesthetically pleasing, but also have that veil of the mechanical stuff being hidden.
Overall, to answer your question, what I think of this Makima figure?
Yeah.
Initially, so what I wanted to Google is I wanted to Google the Figma Makima.
Okay.
And initially, even in your Discord server, I was like, I don't know. I think Figma might have Tamashii beat on this.
Right.
However, the only way that Figma better hope that ab articulation for Makima doesn't work well, because if it does work well, they got Figma out of here. Because Figma did sacrifice a little aesthetic by putting the ab articulation. Now, it's nothing wrong with putting ab articulation at all. At all. However, if you can get rid of that joint, the aesthetic of it, it never hurts the figure. The less we see the joints, especially nowadays, because we're used to certain levels of, articulation being hidden, the better. And so I think this Makima figure could really be, as my man Anthony Customs would say, the bee's knees. We'll see. We'll tell the tale. I'm very skeptical about that torso articulation. I hope that the soft goods can use that torso articulation, but that's the only complaint I really have. I like the soft goods.
Yeah. Well, and it's like you said, it's a matter of time. What we see now may not necessarily be the figure that we receive in our hand. It may be this may be version 3 of 5, that come out to when they release. But I think it looks really cool. Afro Latino said, first of all, screw Makima. We rip Power all day. Don't get me wrong, I like Power too. But what do you think of the figure? But I do think the figure looks amazing, especially the legs and the jacket. What did you mean when you said soft goods, though? Soft goods are gonna be like real material, like more of
cloth, and everything.
Cloth, fabric, that kind of stuff. So her jacket, if you see, it's not plastic. That's what soft goods means. Soft goods is usually a material to incorporate jackets, or like the Gohan earlier when we were talking at, his cape was also a soft good, which is a material and usually 9 times out of 10, the reason this flows like that is right in the edges of the jacket, right here, that fold, there's going to be a wire in there to help you get that articulation of that flow. That's what soft goods mean. Cyrus said, Bomb, remember in 33 minutes is the Tamashii Nations Dragon Ball series live stream in 33 minutes?
Oh, that's actually pretty soon.
So is that like at 10 o'clock Central Time? I'm guessing is what you mean. Sweet. I wonder what they're going to talk about. If we're still on here, man, we might, is it on Instagram? Because we might just watch it.
Most likely.
See if we can get the audio in here. We might just watch it. Y'all gonna watch it? I don't know, man. We'll see. I mean, I'm feeling good. We're going. And now, granted, it's an hour later for Bomb than it is me.
Well, good. It's all good. I'll be up into the wee hours in the morning, so you don't gotta worry too much.
Gotcha. So, and just a little side note, we're not gonna spend but a half a second on this. I think this is pretty cool. They're making the Master Sword. I think that's pretty cool to actually have a replica of the Master Sword. I'm a Nintendo guy as well. Growing up with Nintendo, I think this is kind of cool. Don't want to spend any extra time on it. Just kind of want to mention it. I think it's neat. Let's see. What else did they announce? They announced 3 figures from Kaiju number 8. I don't know. Anybody watch Kaiju number 8?
I definitely. Well, it doesn't have an anime just yet.
Oh, it's the manga still.
I'm just reading Kaiju number 8. That's one of my favorite mangas.
Really?
One of the newer mangas, at least. Well, besides Jujutsu Kaisen, but I kind of put this in a category that's newer than Jujutsu Kaisen. And I like it specifically because the main, I was about to say antagonist. The protagonist is he's an older guy. He's 33. I believe the protagonist is 33 years old.
Did you just call a guy a 33 older?
Older. He's not old. Because he's still a young
He's
person.
Older. Okay, gotcha.
He's older.
Is this
and when I say you old, I usually mean in reference to me.
Is this Reno? Ichikawa? Is that the guy you're talking about?
No. They actually haven't done the fic. That's not him.
Who's this guy?
This is one of the characters that is a part of basically the army or division that's in charge of hunting kaiju.
Oh, okay.
Now, it's gonna need to remember characters' names. I'm bad with that. I'm gonna have to reread the manga.
Oh, gotcha.
It's the main monster. Oh, damn, I don't know how much I'm spoiling now.
No, you're fine. You can give brief detail. I don't know. Like these seem very basic to me.
Of course that's their army uniform or
yeah,
that's force uniform.
That's cool.
I think what's gonna sell this line is the kaijus, of course. The main character right there. That's him transformed, of course.
Right. Well, and I think both of the characters they announced today, the guy and the girl, both come with faces for the kaiju character.
Yes, and that's the main character transformed. That's not his human form.
Gotcha.
I'm very excited for this line because I think there's a lot of potential in it. In fact, if they want to do some monster art stuff, yes, and Mars, you're right. He's old compared to the typical protagonist, and that's what I mean. That's a little, to me, that's a different, a different vibe or a different.
Yeah, because usually in anime they're like 16.
16, maybe they might get to 18, but then I feel like they might not get quite to the 20s. But yes, he's in his 30s, and that's awesome. I like that. I love it. That's something different, and so I appreciate that about the main character.
Yeah. Unk says, I'm definitely hopping in the love to see everyone beg for them to show shit for 5 minutes before they do. For the live stream. Yeah. No Elden Ring love from y'all. Nobody seems to be talking about Molina. I never played the game.
Never played the game either.
I appreciate what From Software does. But I also don't want to rage at the screen, so I stay away from their games. I like games for story. I don't necessarily want a game for hard, so I kind of stay away from it because I know their games are extremely difficult, so I stay away from them. But yeah, on IG and about the upcoming Dragon Ball figures. Yeah, I mean, if we're still on, just remind me when it's coming up, and maybe we'll pop on the live stream. That'd be kind of cool to watch it together if you guys are down for that. Pedro, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining the stream. Thanks for being here. He wants some Black Clover. I have not heard that anime name in a while. Black Clover.
I'm surprised that they haven't. I'm surprised Figma hasn't hopped on that bandwagon yet. To be honest.
Right.
On Figuarts. So I feel like I don't know. That's really surprising that they haven't done that. That's pretty surprising.
It's crazy, man. Okay, here we go. This is a big one we guys need to talk about. We need to jump in. We need to talk about the new and announced Demon Slayer line. Are you excited, Bomb, for the Demon Slayer line coming to SH Figuarts?
That's what I got to say. So, I'm a little bitter about this line. Let me start off for why I'm bitter.
Okay.
I'm bitter about this line because I love Bleach.
Right.
And the way I hate those knee joints on the Bleach figures, at least the Bleach figures that they've shown thus far.
Right.
I don't see why they couldn't do what they're doing right here on the Demon Slayer figures on the Bleach figures. And it pisses me off to no limit, to no end.
Right.
They both wear baggy pants. All right, Bleach might be baggier, but so what?
Yeah.
Do it, make it. Now, in terms of the figure line, I'm kind of indifferent towards it because I feel like BuzzMod has been doing a pretty good job of making the figures as they are in the anime. And of course, BuzzMod uses the soft goods.
Yep.
Now, the only thing is, BuzzMod is also very expensive.
Yeah, it's like 50%, usually 50% more expensive than usual because it's, what is it? It's like 130 by the lowest, maybe up to 170 for each figure. So
yeah, something like that. Like that. So
yeah,
I can understand from that point of view it being pretty bad, so to speak. But also, I just thought of something real quick. Somebody asked me a figure line that I would like to see started. And I'm surprised that this hasn't been announced by any company. I want Spider-Man 2 figures. That's what I want.
Oh yeah, that aren't Hot Toys.
Side of Hot Toys.
Yeah.
1/12 scale.
Interesting. Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, I love the game, so I'd love some figures from it.
Specifically Venom.
Yes. Yeah. So Mountain Stars, the game is actually fun and beautiful. Never beat it though. Unk said, I wish more people weren't afraid to try it. I quit Dark Souls twice, but Elden Ring hooked me. I've always wanted to try it. I don't know. I just feel like I know me, and I just want, like, Alan Wake pushed me for being a little bit not as difficult, but I just don't want more than that. I want to enjoy the story. Better than Figma, but a little worse, a little below BuzzMod. I mean, just by a little. It will depend on effects. Nezuko is bad. He got Mashiro and Missouri for under $100 on import sites. So that's not bad about it. Right now, the exchange rate is so good for import sites. You can get 5th gear Luffy for $70 compared to $90 domestically. Dang.
That's a pretty good deal.
That's a pretty good deal. Yeah, because that Luffy is not worth $90. I guess what I'll say is, like, for Demon Slayer, I'm excited for it because I do truly love this anime. I think aesthetically is really
gorgeous anime.
Gorgeous. But the thing that there's two kickbacks on here. For one, they're doing all the soft goods. Why isn't his cloak a soft good? That his cloak should have been a soft good. And then also, what makes that anime beautiful is all the powers, and I have not seen a single effects piece in this figure. I guess my third gripe too is you're just doing characters that two other figure lines already have had out for years. Like, I've already got this version of Tanjiro in the Figma. Why would I spend another $100 just to get SH Figuarts form? And my version from Figma comes with the fire wheel, and it comes with water effects, and they look great. So I guess my thing is it's a weird starting spot. They didn't do anything anime specific coming up, or like a specific character or a different character. They kind of went back to OG1 Tanjiro and Nezuko, and I don't know. I don't know my thoughts on this. I don't know if there is going to be a real press behind me to pick up another Nezuko and another Tanjiro. Especially because the lack of effects pieces that Tamashii is pretty notorious for of not giving us those. And the fact that his jacket is not a soft good really, really bothers me. There's the Nezuko as well. I mean, do you think those are valid points, Bomb, or anything, or?
I don't think that. I don't think they're bad points at all. I will say that it's the main characters, so I understand why they started with them. Now, competition-wise, it's like, damn, you couldn't give us some like a Hashira that we haven't had before,
or even like the overpowered version of Nezuko where she's got like the plants all over her body and stuff. That would have been a sick version of Nezuko.
But I believe Tamashii, whatever business model that they have confidence in their figures selling, because it's all right. We're gonna ride the wave of this new season of Demon Slayer coming out.
Yeah.
All right. We know that we're gonna be cheaper than a Buzz mod. Now the biggest weakness is, once again, as y'all mentioned, the effects parts that water breathing.
Yep.
That's a tech.
Hino Kame Kagura.
Yes. Or eventually, when they release a different figure of Tanjiro, and it's like sun breathing, burning bone, summer sun, because you know that's coming.
Yeah.
Once again, nigga, it sucks that this is the model of shonen, but
yeah,
they can always sell us multiple versions of the same main character. And it's usually the main character that suffers the most from this.
Right.
Nezuko, like, I feel it would have been cool if they gave her like the more adult version with the vine tattoos all over her body.
Yeah.
Been cool if they gave us what's my man name? The Water Hashira.
Oh, Gui? Gi?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it would have been cool to even give him, and even like what you said with the soft goods. The soft goods is kind of weird because I think they're in this weird stage where they're kind of testing stuff.
Right.
Some figures gonna have soft goods and some figures are not. I even think, of course, going back to Dragon Ball, just real quick.
Yep.
We're going to get another Piccolo. Don't be surprised if we get another Piccolo where his cape is soft goods.
Like the Gohan.
Surprised. Yes.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that. But continue. Let's move forward.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the other photos here. So there's just them this side by side, same height. I think they look. I just think they look fine. I just feel like my big thing is, okay, Tamashii, why wouldn't I just go out and buy Figmas or Buzzmod? What do you sell? And I feel like they both lack because Buzzmod has the soft goods. Figma has all the effects pieces with them. So it's like, why would I go out and buy yours? Like, I don't know. I really like the Tanjiro. Yeah.
The only way they could justify it is if it's just cheaper than Buzzmod. That's the only way I can see them justifying it.
Justifying against, yeah. So, and also like kind of talking about the Bleach figures, like you have a couple of the Bleach figures, like the sword, like Ichigo's sword scares me, man. It seems so fragile. I'm afraid to mess with it. Let's see.
I haven't got an Ichigo in hand just yet, but that's
really?
I will, because it's Ichigo.
Gotcha. Which I'm actually surprised they're doing. They're expanding the Berserk line. So they announced a couple figures from the Berserk line, showed off a couple. I don't know Berserk very well, but I have been told people are really excited for these characters. Gorn, I think, or Gon is this character. I don't.
One thing I will say.
Yeah.
Oh wait, go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say, like, people were really showing that. Is this? Oh, Zod. Is that who this is? I don't know, but they showed off two figures. They're just on display. There's no information about it. They're still pending licensing, be approved by the company. So these are kind of like concept arts. Will you ever see them? There's a good chance you'll never see them, but there's also a good chance that these are kind of what they're thinking or the realm they're thinking of coming out. So, what are your thoughts on the Berserk figures?
Well, first thing first, I read Berserk such a long time ago.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna have to reread it to remember. I remember Zod very vaguely. I remember him very vaguely. Now, one thing I will say, and I'm not judging the series, I'm judging the figure.
Okay.
This figure looks awesome. Now, the sculpt, look at the muscles.
Yeah.
The muscles look incredible.
Yeah, they do.
Now, because I am the way I am, I'm gonna relate it back to Dragon Ball, and this is why I always say, guys, look at what Tamashii can do. Look at the sculpts.
Yeah. Look at the definition in his veins and his forearms and his biceps.
Absolutely. And someone could argue, well, you know, we shouldn't expect this type of sculpt from Dragon Ball, right? Because that's just not the stylization of the art. And I agree. But I think they could. It's a certain level of love and care that's put into this that I think is sometimes put into Dragon Ball. Now, for example, Second Form Frieza is a figure I think they put love and care into. This new Goku that's coming out, I think they put love and care into.
Oh yeah, the new
because of how they promote it. I think they really love that figure, but. This is, in terms of sculpt at least, this is peak Tamashii. Right here. Sculpt-wise. I'm not saying articulation, I don't know how that functions or anything like that. Sculpt-wise, this is peak Tamashii right here.
Yeah, it looks
right
great.
Here. You're seeing it in real time.
Yeah. I think this looks fantastic. I don't know the character, but I just, like you were saying, the arm articulate, like the sculpting and the way it looks, and they've got the veins in there, and like it just looks good. Even the fur on his legs and his crotch area, like, just looks cool. Like I just hope it's not hindered by all the issues that the Berserk line had before. So we got this one would be great to pair with Demon Slayer. I guess it could be. Griffith did nothing wrong. TK, I'm assuming that's a reference from Berserk. I've heard nothing.
You're a lie, TK. You're a wild man for that. A wild woman. However you identify. You're wild for that.
Monave said, a little off topic, but just dawned on me that Metal Cooler is right around the corner. Price aside, I'm excited for it. Man, we're going to buy white gloves for that bad boy, though. Fingerprints are gonna show up like a mother scratcher. You know.
A little bit, because that reminds me of, like, you know, I watch. Well, you don't know.
No.
But
I probably don't know.
I watch smartphone reviews. So that's that you don't know. I watch smartphone reviews, and you know, smartphones have sometimes that kind of glossy back to them. And I feel like this figure is gonna suffer from those fingerprint magnet tendencies, and it's just gonna be, like you said, handling this figure with white gloves.
Oh, dude, 100%.
Like a real thing, you know?
Yeah, or if it's just gonna look mucked up and it's gonna look nasty, you're gonna have to buffer the thing every time you go to freaking repose it. I kind of like. I think it's neat, but also at the same time, for that $120 price tag that was really expensive, they could have made it, I don't know, $40 cheaper and just gave us the matte metal look. Like, I didn't need the metallic. Reddit John 25 says, "Yo, what up? Thank you for joining us on a Friday night talking about figures. I'm with Bombastic Plastic AF, and we are talking about the Tamashii 23 event, and we've covered everything from Dragon Ball to Naruto. We're on to Berserk. We've just got done with Demon Slayer, but we're just kind of reviewing what's going on at the Tamashii event, everything they've announced this week. So if you're just getting here, that's kind of where we're at. So what's this other character? So you've read the the manga. What in the hell is this character? What is her name? They're not putting any of the names on them, bro.
Wait! Don't put me on the spot like that, because I never really officially caught up to the manga, especially
Purple Mage is what I'm gonna call her.
No disrespect when I say this. No disrespect.
Okay.
But when I found out that the author passed away, I was reading it. It was like, damn.
Oh,
vision that he had.
Redajon said,
show.
Redajon25 said, some of my favorite channels. I appreciate you. That's so nice.
Appreciate that.
Hey, man, we just appreciate you being here. He also said that they also said Zod is a massive W. Dude, he looks sick. Is that Zod's his name, not Zorn or whatever I said? I probably said it wrong. Zod. What's this girl's name?
You got it right.
Yeah, what's this girl's name? Purple Mage is what I'm calling her. She's one of Guts' companions, I think. Oh. Nice. She the healing mage? Shut up and heal me.
I never got to that part.
Yeah, when he passed away, but I want to feel optimistic to the point where he did leave his vision and the direction with a protege of his. So he did get to choose who is going to continue it, for what I've heard. So that's going to be optimistic. And also, by the way, even though the Demon Slayer figures lacked the soft goods, she's got a soft good cape, by the way, which is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
He has a massive name, but people in the fandom just call him Zod. He plays a massive part in Guts' life. Oh, is he the guy that breaks his face? Don't tell me. I'm just kind of curious. Will you guys ever buy back or buy Black Clover figures if it ever comes out? I probably won't. I'll definitely be a supporter of it, and I would love for them to come out because I know there's a lot of Black Clover fans. Personally, I probably won't go down that road just because I don't keep up with the anime. I don't keep up with the manga. It's just one of those ones that I didn't mind, but it just definitely, with my time, I've got 2 kids, full-time job and stuff, so I've got to justify what I watch and what makes the cut, and that one just got replaced, unfortunately. Bomb, do you watch any Black Clover, or would you ever pick any Black Clover figures up?
Funny enough, and I'm sorry for being so long-winded.
No, you're fine.
Every time I speak, but funny enough, I read the manga that he had before Black Clover.
Okay.
Regardless, I remember. Well, if you do remember, because it's very niche. He had a manga called Hungry Joker. And I was very invested in that manga, and then it got canceled after like 17 chapters, and I was hurt. But Black Clover, I started to read, but I never kept up with it. It was one of those things where it was like, I'm gonna get back to it eventually. I just haven't gotten around to getting back to it. But in terms of what I buy, if the character looks cool, even if I don't know anything about the character, I'll be willing to buy it.
Right.
But also, of course, knowing the story, what solidifies that for me.
Yeah. Well, but also at the same time with it, it's how many series and what makes the cut and what doesn't make the cut when it comes to your collection. Because if I bought everything I liked, like I love Chainsaw Man, I love Jujutsu Kaisen, I love Dragon Ball, Naruto, One Piece, that's tons. I mean, I just did recently did it on the channel here, guys. I don't know if you guys seen it, or Bomb, if you watched it. I talked about the $1,500 of collectibles I was adding to my collection, and that did not include any of the One Piece ones I bought. I ended up buying Kaido as well, not including any of the Obito wasn't on that list from the Naruto line, so I definitely took a lot out, and that was still $1,500. So these things can get expensive. So at some point you have to make a caveat of what's important to you, because money is an issue, unfortunately, for a lot of us out here. But that's why it wouldn't make the cut for me, just because I have to justify and feed the addiction that is Dragon Ball Z. Redagen25 said, Zod basically changes Guts' life through a few fights. That's all I'll say. It's a based pick for the Berserk line. So it's a must-need character. That's good. I'm glad they're doing something that will appease and make sense to Berserk fans. All I know is he looks fantastic. I thought Black Clover is dead now. Dude, I didn't even know it was still running. I know it did an anime break. I don't know if it ever came back. I'm not sure. I did not keep up with Black Clover. And plus it kind of, in my opinion, and maybe I didn't get too deep in it, TK, so please do not think that I'm judging that anime too hard, but I kind of felt like it deep dived a little too far, like into like I'm the Wizard King, and almost like a Naruto clone, you know, where like Naruto, I'm gonna be the Hokage over and over again. And I liked Yuno better than I liked Asta, the main character. So it was hard that we followed a character I didn't like as much as the other character. So that's where my disconnect started. I don't know about you, Bob.
Okay, sorry for the quietness. I usually just waiting for you to
no, you're good, man. I just go ahead.
In terms of the series and character and everything, when I first read this series is pulling from so many different things. It felt like Naruto. It felt like Seven Deadly Sins.
Right.
It felt like, I feel like it was at least one or two more shows that it felt like, and I was like, all right, I see that you're pulling from all these different things, but what do you want to be? Like,
right.
What is your essence? What is your soul?
Right.
Like, not to be Naruto, not to be another One Piece, not to be another Seven Deadly Sins. What do you want to be?
Right.
But I think ultimately I ended up just putting it on a back burner because of that. Now, you tell Bomb to turn up his mic.
Hold on. I could probably turn you up. All right, go ahead and talk now.
Hello? Hello?
Is that better? I turned him up a little bit. Sorry, TK. Let me know if that works better, but go ahead, Bomb.
Yeah, let us know if that works. I wish you had said that earlier. Okay, that's a lot better. Oh, awesome.
Okay, cool.
So, really, what Black Clover is, I knew it wasn't dead. I knew it wasn't finished. I remember last I heard of Black Clover is that it was in its final manga arc.
Oh, okay.
But in terms of anime, I don't know what's going on with it, to be honest.
I know it went to a hiatus, but I don't know how long. I don't know if that was just like a 2-month hiatus or a 2-year hiatus. That's the last thing I've heaps better. Okay, cool. Sorry, guys.
You said something earlier, guys.
Yeah, guys.
Come on.
Sorry. I hope it hasn't been like that the whole time.
Seems that way. That's unfortunate.
I did turn you down just a little bit at one point because you were getting really loud, but
I'm sorry about that.
No, you're good. Let's see. So I basically we said that. Okay, I cannot. Shiriki is her name. Thank you. She's kind of able to help Guts control his mind when he's full berserker in the armor. Oh, okay. The best Naruto copy is JJK. Fair enough.
Well, I don't even look at that as a Naruto copy. If anything, it's closer to a Bleach copy.
Granted, I did not like season 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen. I didn't think it was very good. I did not like season 1.
Wow.
What really kicked it off for me was season 2, or not season 2, the movie Zero. I really liked the movie, and then I liked season 2, and maybe that's because I don't like Ichidori at all. I think he's boring. I don't like the 3 main people, but I like Gojo.
You don't like Fushiguro?
No,
really?
Not really. No.
Okay.
His dad was dope. His dad was sick in season 2, but I don't care for him. I don't know. I didn't think they were that appealing, and I really hated that one guy, Tashiro's Aoi or whatever his name is. The guy that was already really big into the pop stars and stuff.
I didn't like him. I love him.
I hate him, dude. He's the worst.
I love him. I love him.
He is the Hercule, I feel like, of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Absolutely not. I hard disagree with that.
I just cannot
Absolutely
stand.
not.
It's like, fast forward, get him off the screen, please. Let's see. It hasn't been too bad until now, to be honest. Okay, good. Perfectly legible. So you weren't too bad on audio level. It wasn't as bad, but it's definitely better now, is what I'm hearing. JJK is a copy of both. Three-man
mentioned Bleach,
team with
too.
a white-haired up, higher up with covers a piece of his face.
Kakashi.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Did you guys expect more Dragon Ball Z reveals? I feel like the new Gohan was kind of underwhelming, but that might just be me. Now, I didn't think that the Gohan was underwhelming. I thought it was cool. The first figure with soft goods in it. I love that version of Gohan. I was kind of surprised that was the only thing we saw. Is this supposed to start now, by the way? Is the live stream about to start? There's supposed to be a Dragon Ball live stream coming up.
Cyrus did mention that.
Yeah,
and that was about a half an hour ago. And funny enough, he said in about a half an hour that that's what was going to start. So it really should be starting.
Yeah, about 10 o'clock
soon.
10 o'clock Central, 11 o'clock is supposed to happen. Yeah, so we'll see if the live stream happens. We'll pull it up on Instagram here. We'll watch it here on the channel. But I liked the Gohan reveal. I thought it was great. I thought there was some cool things out there, but at the same time, like I did expect more than just one figure. What about you?
I'll say I do expect more. I expect one more reveal at least. I expect one more reveal.
You think they're going to do
and
it?
I think it'll be full power Frieza, if anything. I think.
Well, because Zara said earlier that they did announce that one's coming. There's an official announcement of that. So maybe they'll show it off here. Who knows?
Yes, I think this will be the official showing of it when they do eventually show it off. Now, will it happen in this stream? You know, I'm not a prognosticator.
I don't know, man. Like
maybe.
I do feel like we are owed one more reveal. Like I don't know why.
I think we'll get one more reveal. I think.
Yeah. Like, cause even with the Naruto stuff, there was the 399s and the Dirty Naruto that they showed. So there was at least 4 figures that they showed, even if they didn't talk about them in their live stream. Now, granted, I didn't watch that live stream. I didn't know, but Cyrus, when is this supposed to start? Is it any time now? Should I be watching? Will you let me know when it starts? So we can bring it up. But here's some Jujutsu Kaisen. Of course, these are old ones. There's nothing new to talk about here, but I think these figures look fantastic. I really like the fact that these Jujutsu Kaisen figures are coming out, but I think it's hard pressed to spend, X amount of dollars for these bland looking figures because they're all in their school uniforms. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think that's less to do with the figures.
Right.
Okay, he said Cyrus is saying this up now, so I'll finish this up quick. Okay. I think that has less to do with the figures, right, and more to do with the character design. Like a lot of you say in Jujutsu Kaisen, besides the curses, the character designs aren't super standout.
Welcome back to Tamashii
Event. The character designs, at least in the anime, tends to be
we are moving on to our SH Figuarts
animation and art
series talk
stream.
Yeah, I've got it.
I hope you're all looking forward to it. Everybody, are you enjoying the show?
All right, so let's see what they're talking about.
All right.
This in a little bit.
So, we had tons of people watching our last session, but now we're going to start our... we introduced these people before, we're going to introduce them again. So, can we get introductions? So, okay. I am Shueisha's V-Jumps.
Can everybody hear the stream? Let me know if you can hear it.
I can see it for sure. I cannot hear it.
V-Jump at Shueisha. And I am Bandai Spirits, SH Figuarts Dragon Ball product banner. My name is Moto Okamoto.
I can hear it. I can hear it now.
Okay, so we're going to talk tons about Dragon Ball here today, but let's start by talking about the displays, the ones that everybody is super interested in. So you can see we have Dragon Ball, this incredible display right now. I'm sure a lot of people who are here at the venue have managed to see this, but I love the way all these things have been reproduced, and you can see there are some really famous scenes on display here at the venue, so if you're here, make sure to come and check it out. And you can see there's some great faces and some great looks. And we also have Gohan here. And this is our newest figure in the SH Figuarts series.
How about that? Is that better?
This is a extremely, this is a Gohan with an extreme range of motion. It just looks really cool. I love vibe of the capes. He's got those really cool Gohan.
So are they just gonna like
as
point
well.
at the screen and show us what's on display?
So many Gokus right here. So many Gokus.
So many Gokus. Too many Gokus.
So
One
you
thing
can
I'll
see,
say is that they
all the
probably
various
won't just point at the
packages as well,
screen
showing off them all.
at the last 5 minutes. You know what they're gonna do?
So you can see
Oh
the
my
various
god,
levels
look at
of
this!
Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
That's how they hook us to watch the whole thing, you know?
I love watching these guys.
Really cool. You can see Toriyama-san.
Where's Cell at, yo?
who wrote
That's what
Dragon
somebody
Ball,
commented on
has some of his
the
own
stream.
illustrations on these packages as well.
I don't think they'll do Cell.
Wow, this all looks really
I
cool.
expect a second form Cell before I expect perfect Cell. I don't know what you
Hi
guys
guys,
think.
spent like 20 minutes
you're
just
wrong
staring
with
at
that
all the
assessment at
displays
all.
here on the event itself. It looked really cool.
That,
now
yeah,
let's
that,
talk more
that
about
Goku in the
this-
box looks
these
huge,
figures.
dude.
Let's talk about them piece by piece. All right, let's start with Super Saiyan Son Gohan, the fighter who surpassed Goku. There's a lot of people out there who I think were really interested
Hey,
in
that
this
guy's a
one. This
YouTuber.
is super. This is an SH Figuarts figure. It is the latest one in the Dragon Ball series that's popped out.
That cape looks really, really
And
good.
this is such a cool name. The title is, like the Super Saiyan.
I mean, you hope they show us
Goku.
something new.
But in this is actually the subtitle that happened in the original Dragon Ball series when Gohan eventually pops up because because there's a lot of like in the manga and the anime as well.
Dude, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not looking at the screen
to
listening to him. I'm looking at that Goku, dude. That's Goku. That's fucking sick.
So, to talk about this, there's some 3 really interesting points about this figure itself. So the first is that this is the very first time in the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball series, the first figure with a cloth cape, and you can see it is that cloth? Yes, it's cloth, and you can see that it moves. And there are, I believe, wires inside
he's
it
tiny
that
too.
allow you to kind of pose it however you wish. So you're able to kind of make your own special, pose the mant as you want to kind of accentuate whatever poses you're taking with Gohan here as well.
Do you know how, Bomb? Do you know how long this is supposed to be?
Really cool. It could really feel
no
like
idea. I'm assuming that it should be no
just seeing,
longer than
the
like
kind
half
of
an hour.
The way the folds make,
Yeah.
it just really feels like it jumped off of
Who's
the manga
talking
itself.
right now? Anybody?
So we made sure
Is
to
this guy off camera that's talking?
Yeah, and
Yeah, I believe
the way
that's the
it kind
guy
of
off
fold
camera.
flows from the shoulders down as well. Just looks super much like the
Hair is
manga,
the
the
best
anime,
part.
and everything looks fake. But the top parts of it, the kind of shoulder bit, is plastic. And we made sure, like the shoulders, we wanted to make sure it really always felt Toriyama Sensei. So we made sure to keep that in plastic, but then the cloak as well kind of folds from it in a really natural way.
Oh, he's having trouble standing.
having-
There we go.
So now we're going to talk about our second point. So SH Figuarts is all about posing, and this one we are using the latest of our Dragon Ball series technology to make sure that these figures have incredible flexibility and posability, and we made sure that you can assume Kamehameha poses, that's hard to say, Kamehameha poses, and all sorts of various other martial arts moves
This
as
guy's
well.
having trouble saying Kamehameha.
So you can
With
definitely
an ab crunch, though.
extend his
With an
arms
ab
out
articulation.
in. There's
I don't
all
know,
sorts
man.
of
They keep
poses you can
zooming
take.
out.
So you can even do the you can bring his
side
legs
kick,
up
there we
really
go.
high as well, and you can move the cape as
Reminds
well
me of
to
new
get out of the
Trunks,
way to
Bomb.
make
I
the
know
extra kick
you'll
poses.
do
And even
a
his
video
knees
of
bend quite a
predictions
lot.
of a future Goku
That guy just got really interested in posting. Let's move on.
And Trunks.
So our
aesthetic.
third point is in his chest and around his kind of legs and his groin.
The
He has
the new armor Trunks just came in stock. By the way, you guys were looking for that.
there
That
are
one
these
should
kind
be
of
shipping here
soft
soon.
parts that are in the
Look at the size of him.
groin
Though. He's
and the
tiny.
chest, and these they are soft apparently.
Okay, they're talking about the gi right now. So the
This was
gi
in
is a soft
Goku
good.
figure as well in the past, but it really feels like because it's soft, you're able to get additional posing, and it just feels really extra real as well. So you can see Hi Guy's making some really awkward poses.
Wait a second, did they just kick the leg back? They just need to solve that then.
The soft parts in the chest and the groin are what enable him to have that extra range of flexibility.
I don't know, they just made him do the
And
splits.
We even can. Having a character lean over is not something that you can usually achieve with on these figures, but because the chest is soft, it allows him to kind of lean over in a more natural way. And
So it
in
hides the gaps in the ab crunch.
the
is what
joints
they're
They
talking
cheated
inside
with
the
that
kind
leaning
of,
over,
like,
I'm not
wrist
gonna
as
lie.
well, have also been like specially designed in order to not interfere with the way he. And so yes, Gohan here is amazing both on the inside
Use
and
his
the
hips to
outside.
lean him over.
Gohan is amazing, of course. It's because Gohan's amazing that he's able to do all these wonderful things, is what we're saying right here. But yeah, wow, that was really impressive.
That guy's hair is ridiculous.
Gohan.
His
Gohan's
headpiece.
awesome. So it's been 14 years since he was last in the SH Figuarts
14
series, actually.
years.
So we have a new SH Figuarts, so we want to make sure he looked great and
the
felt
articulation is
used all of our most
crazy.
latest
Man, I really want them to just
technology
like.
as well.
It seems weird that
his
this is the
hair
angle.
and the way
Like,
he's
this is what I
designed, all of it
complained
just
about
looks super
before.
realistic
The
and
angle is
super
so bad that we can't see
impressive.
anything.
His head is
Like, it almost seems like they're just talking to each other. Oh, there we go. We're getting close up.
if you look at it straight on, or if you look at it from an angle, like the way the hair looks changes, but it looks great from every angle as well. So we made sure to include that as well.
Show us Goku, they say.
So this is like just the
What's
moment
with
when
Gohan's chest?
Gohan
I love
surpasses
the comments
Goku.
on here, guys. So
So has Gohan surpassed Goku in terms of range of motion? And maybe they're about the same. They're same tech, so same range of motion. He hasn't surpassed. They're about the same level. So about this Gohan. So this is going to actually be going on sale 2 Tuesdays from now, which is, I believe, the
21st,
25th. I could be
November
wrong there,
21st,
but two
guys, is
weekend-
going
2
on
weeks
pre-order.
Tuesday from now. So anybody who is
it'll be
interested in
probably
grabbing
the
this figure, it goes on
they
sale.
say
then,
2
so please make
Tuesdays,
sure to
but it
grab
said
it.
pre-orders were going up on the
But yeah, Gohan
21st on
is
Instagram. So they're conflicting reports
Awesome
here.
in the story itself, and Hi Guy can talk about Gohan for years. But yeah, Hi Guy loves the Namek arc of the story. And so we have a whole diorama of that up in the venue as well. And there's tons of scenes that are really memorable from that entire arc. So we have a bunch of those scenes all replicated at the same time here on this display. But here, we also
we're
have,
talking about the Vegeta.
We have Vegeta 24,000 power level. 24,000 power level, yes. So this is also a figure that's come to the SH Figuarts line as well. So we actually never had him this era of Vegeta. But this is like the ultimate
Guys
image
on the
of
comment
Vegeta,
said
with this
Farmer
kind of
with
like,
shotgun would be
combat
OP.
armor and everything. So it's kind of surprising to see that we haven't done this yet. But this is like when Vegeta was still kind of an evil character, and he has that evil look to his eyes. And this is when Vegeta, he was gathering all the dragon, he's grabbing all the Dragon Balls to defeat Teresa. And I remember he's like throwing them into the air. Oh man, that scene was great. But yeah, that's a great look. He's that like vicious kind of smirk in his eyes. Classic Vegeta, classic Vegeta. And let's talk about some of the special points about him. So
We'll probably be getting Namek figures for another 17
okay, the
years.
Talus,
Dude,
the
you're
SH
right.
Figuarts Talus armor,
Probably.
which
They'll
was
never
really
get out
well
of this
received. And you can
saga.
see the way they
Nah,
designed
let's
it.
be more optimistic. We will.
We need Boo Saga
So
stuff,
the
man.
armor is actually
Right, that-
flexes depending
I think
like
there's
when
like
you raise
maybe
your
5 or 7
his arms,
characters
it
in
will
the
kind
Boo
of bend
Saga right now.
backwards to
in
enable
figures.
full range
They're
of
so
motion.
lackluster in
And
there.
that was a special bit of tech that they invented for these figures in order to pull off these awesome Vegeta moves like this and so on. Yeah, so because the armor moves with the arms, the shoulder armor moves with the arms, you're able to achieve full range of flexibility. So you can definitely reproduce all of the scenes from the original.
We've already seen the Vegeta. I've already
I
paid
remember
for
there
it.
was a scene from they're saying, oh, but doesn't this restrict your flexibility? And Vegeta's like, no, it's softer. You can move your arms in full range of motions and get all the sorts of attacks you need to do. So this is
SH
using all the
Figuarts
latest
Popo,
tech, so
people.
the armor
That
will
would
not
be
get in your
dope.
way when you're opposing this wonderful
Kami and
Vegeta
Popo would be
24,000
awesome.
SH Figuarts.
Only a
Vegeta
matter of
24,000,
time.
So
But I don't think
Goku the
anytime
King,
soon.
I finally made the live. What's
of
up,
this
buddy?
figure.
We are doing a live of a live right now. We
he's
got
just
Bombastic
really cool.
Plastic AF with us. We are
Yeah,
watching the
just-
Tamashii
Scouter
2023
is just so
live
cool.
stream
So you
about
can actually
Dragon
take
Ball.
the Scouter on
They
and
went over
off,
the new
but
Gohan,
putting
and
up
now
the
they're
Scouter
talking
does
about the
look really
Vegeta
good.
that's
The Scouter's a little thing on his
24,000
face
power.
if people are not familiar. This is the
But
one
just
that he
showing
crushes
us
when he says,
pictures
"Power's
of
over
a
9,000."
TV from
But,
about a million miles away.
Yeah, so you're able to
I don't know what they're.
definitely take it off and
Is-
kind of get
are
two
they
variations of
streaming
Vegeta with
this somewhere
just
else?
one
'Cause this
figure.
doesn't this seem
having
like
these
it's almost like the
accessible
secondary
accessories that you can
stream?
take on off are just a really awesome
just me?
SH Figuarts series as well. So you can take it off and just look
Maybe
at
they
this
just
camera as
got
well if you want
the
to.
angle, like you said.
Wonderful. Okay.
Oh,
So
we're
we
talking about
also
Kui now.
have SH Figuarts Kiwi.
Let's go.
So this is Kyuhi.
Kiwi is what they call them?
Was he always this shiny?
So Saga
SH
Gohan is a
Figuarts,
general
we
release.
wanted to add a little bit of color and luster to his figure, so he's got this extra shine to him.
There's one on.
So we
there's
hope
one
you
on
enjoy
Instagram.
Super Shiny.
Yeah, Goku,
Kiwi
we're
right
watching
here.
it right now, brother. We're watching it all. All of us are watching,
Kiwi's,
sitting here together,
kind of
watching the live
Main
stream.
points are.
That's what we're streaming right now.
Let's get the slide changes. All right. Are his amazing expressions.
We're hoping that they
So we
announce
included
something
a number
new.
of different facial expression
Everything
parts
they've
that
shown
can
so
slot in
far
and
is
out.
just what we've
And so that's
seen.
his scared one, and that's
So-
his like, oh no, Frieza!
They haven't even taken
It's like, oh,
Goku.
Frieza.
Like Goku comes out next
One on the
month
left is
or
scared,
this
and the
month.
right one is,
They haven't even
is
taken Goku
kind
out of the
cool.
box yet, so I don't know what they're doing.
Dangerous. Yeah, when Vegeta's not around, he looks he's super confident. It looks super cool. But then when Vegeta shows up, he gets, oh dear. And then we also have this pose, this very well-known pose where Vegeta is just absolutely walloping Huiwei. But yeah, I mean, look at this. This looks great. Wow. But he's still alive at this point.
That
He's
face
like
mold for
barely
Rio
alive at
looks
this point
sick.
in the show.
So good. So good.
He's
Everyone's
just
favorite
about to get
villain, Kid
knocked off into the
Buu.
sky.
Kid Buu, I mean Queen.
So this is right before Vegeta makes his own
Yeah,
up in
right?
the air fireworks. So this is right
Guys,
before he
this
dies.
character got a
Who's
release
coming?
before
The
Kid
anime and
Buu.
the
Like,
manga, but
I
they
know it's
decided, hey,
coming,
this
but
is
it's
so memorable that we just
crazy.
had to replicate it. I love the way his eyes just bulge and pop out right there, and the way the tongue is. Yeah. So of course we have this amazing face, but we also made sure that we have an additional part that comes with it for Vegeta as well, so that you can make sure. So yeah, there's a Kui part that you can add to the Vegeta model to make sure that. Oh yeah, so if you want to have Kui turn into a firework with this Vegeta attack, you could there's a part in the Kui that you could attach to the Vegeta to replicate this scene. And this is currently, I think, taking orders, and we have a link as well that's going up. So
Yep.
please
It's
check
up
that
for
out.
pre-order
You
right
can
now.
follow it
We
directly
also,
to the product page
right here on
and
the channel,
buy
we
their
are affiliates with P Bandai as well. So if you want to
So,
get
yeah,
it from
like,
there,
right up to this
on the
moment.
Discord, I have a link. So if you want to pick up either the
Yeah, like,
Vegeta
when you
or the
think about the
Kui, it's
Kui,
open for
the
pre-order
Namek
over
art,
there,
you
or
always
get it
think
wherever
Kui
you want
has to be
it.
part
So
of
just
it.
FYI. If you want to
sorry,
support the
they're
channel,
talking
it
about
doesn't
the
cost you
diorama,
anything
eventually
extra.
You see that diorama they have it there, and immediately you first see Kui in this pose. You're like, oh, there's Kui, and oh, I guess there's also the Namek characters as well. But you can see the Namek,
Yeah,
the Namek Dragon Balls
Vegeta
as well
is
in the back there, held by
one
the,
is 65
the
and
other
one
Dragon
is
Ball
60. I don't
characters.
remember which one's which. I think the Vegeta is 65.
So now
I
let's
think
talk
the Kui
about
is
our
60.
third display. So these are all of the Gokus that SH Figuarts
What's the
has
third
produced
display?
over the years. You can see there's tons.
That third display, they're talking
You
about
can
all
also
the
see that
rows
we
of
also
Gokus.
have all of our packages here as well. So we have this one. This one especially is the first
So they
time
have
we're
the
showing this
they have
package
the
off.
Gohan display is one. They have
And this is
the
something
row of
that,
Gokus is the
they
next
created with,
one,
I think Sudasai,
and then
he
they
mentioned.
have the Namek Saga display is the third
So this is
display.
so yeah. This is
there anything
a
standing
kind of
behind that
service
book?
thing. I guess you can. I could be wrong here. I kind of wasn't able to hear over his massive hair, but I think there's a way to purchase
Ghost
this
Tab, what's
package as
going
well
on?
as a
Thanks for joining the
special
stream, buddy.
package. We'll have
Will
to
the
fact check me
Makima
there. So
figure
if
have
I'm saying this
a
wrong, well, please check the product page and you'll find
biting
out
face?
all the information.
I'm
on
not
that
sure. We
there.
only got first looks at it. It's
So, yeah.
just the one pose.
This
I'll
is
su- I'll
a
support
great
it.
product that we created.
It only has
It's
the
got
one
great luster.
face
This
right
figure
now.
has great luster. The hair looks really
I'm sure
good.
we'll
It's
get
got
more
this
details,
amazing
and I think it said
package,
Jump
so
Festa. We'll hear
please
more
pick
details
it
about
up.
that figure. I'm hoping so.
Oh, it sounds
The more
like
the
this
faces,
might
the
have
more
been
hands, the more
package that
accessories,
they
the
only
better,
released for
for sure.
overseas initially.
Open the box, please. That's what everybody keeps commenting on Instagram.
Okay. So yes, this package was something they released overseas only, but now they're remaking it for the domestic audience as well. It sounds like, once again, I might be wrong, hearing that wrong, so please fact check me. So these will probably be being released in December or these will probably be so they'll probably be arriving
I don't know if you're.
in December
I don't know
or
if you guys are
January,
watching
and if you
with
wanna
me
see
or
it
watching
ahead
on
of
the
time, you can come
on
to
your
the
own
venue
feed
itself, check
with
out
us here. But
what the figure
I love
looks
reading
like,
the
and then,
comments.
show some of your drawing,
The
you'll
guy
know
just
exactly
said
what's coming, you'll
the
be super
translator is
excited for it.
fighting for his life right now.
I'm looking forward to that.
He really
Now let's
is,
talk
though.
about
Yeah, dude.
the G2 Goku.
Is that
And
a
this one
white
is
box
going
of
on
Super
sale
Saiyan
in
Blue
January of next
Kaioken
year.
Goku? Yes, it was.
And this package too is the first time we're showing this package off as well.
Oh, that's the GT Goku. They're showing the package off. Which
GT Goku looks so cool. He's like an old guy at this point, isn't he?
I'm more excited to see the figures in the box just to get a relative size for them. But the box aesthetic is the same, so I'm not too
So yeah, like he
excited to see the boxes. That's not a big thing to me.
I like old guy Goku myself. He's got really good like GT expressions that come with his figure as well.
Why are we talking about this
It looks
figure?
very similar to the kind of younger Goku.
Anytime
So
the
he
song before they give us the
has
last new
Dude,
reveal
you know
in
you're
the last
hyped.
5 minutes.
Okay, here we go. Now they're showing pictures of the new Goku that they have on the table right in front
So this
of
one
them.
is going on sale very soon. So if you're interested in grabbing it, we have it here on the table.
Now, Bleach Jam! Holy
I
shit!
didn't catch the exact day
I
that
can
they're
see
going on
you
sale,
here.
but it's very, very soon, he mentioned. So you should be able to see a product page going up soon.
Oh, come on, Jim. Yo, Snook.
So you're
What are
able
you
to
excited for with Tamashii Nation?
replicate
I'm excited for that
all
Gohan,
sorts of
man,
battle
and
scenes
just
and have
the
this really
excitement and the excitement around it,
damage,
just to see if they announce
battle
something new.
damage
So we're
code
watching
as
the
well,
live
and you're
stream.
able to
This is
make sure
going on
to
right now over
reproduce all
on
sorts
their
of
Instagram.
scenes
We're doing
in
it
here. You can see
together.
his, like,
Just waiting for something
looks
new to be
really good.
announced.
And
That's
I
kind of
don't
what we're doing. They've
know
just
if
been
this is
talking about
true or not,
everything
but
that we
to be
know
honest, I
about
feel
so
like
far.
really
Talked about
loves
Gohan a little bit.
Yes,
Didn't he
because
give us
there's
great
always, like, a
looks
knee
at it?
attack, and guy saying, I think that
I mean,
looks,
they're
pretty
talking
sexy.
about the
There's something
Goku, but
about the
pointing
way
at the
it's
screen
shown.
and
when I
not
was,
taking
like,
the one
in
out of the
elementary
box in
school,
front of him. I don't understand what's going
the
on.
way that
But
the
I'm
way
excited for any new news, any
yeah,
more
even
Dragon
when
Ball
his
Z
clothes are
figures.
really
That's my
heavily
question.
damaged. I think like it looks super cool.
But I'm glad you're
And
here,
we saw
man.
this
Thank you
scene,
for
it's like,
stopping
yeah,
in. It's good to hear
having
from
the
you.
kind of damage Son
Which
Goku
I'm
with
surprised they
all
haven't
that
posted
is like
the
just like,
Metal
oh, this is the
Spirit
legendary
or
Son
the
Goku.
metal build.
And seeing this here just since remember, like kind of bring up all these wonderful memories.
They haven't posted
when I was
anything
younger.
yet. Like it's coming out, or they are supposed to be announcing.
So you can
You
see
know
our
we're gonna
sample
get
here
another
over there.
Goku reveal.
We have it,
Don't
I think,
you
at
do
the
it. Hey!
exhibition,
Oh
so
my God,
if
he's
anybody
opening
is
it.
interested, you can check it out. Please.
Cameraman, catch up,
We're gonna
catch up.
actually pull this out now and play with it. So anybody wants to see more,
Did they just say they're gonna take it out and play with it?
look at that. That is an experienced man at opening figures. Look at all these parts.
Okay, but I'm sorry. The ball? I'm sick of the ball.
Make
Give
sure
us the beam,
we
man.
have Kamehameha parts in here.
That guy's really struggling with Kamehameha.
There's like
Dude.
so many. There's like innumerable Kamehameha
Struggling
parts
so
in
much.
there.
Dude, he
Had an
is. He's
effect
having
on
a
you.
hard
Look at
time,
his
man.
Shoulder and arm muscles.
Shoulder
But we
arm
made
muscles.
sure to.
Dude, he looks so sick.
This is probably the most flexible Goku that we've had to date. You can see that he's extremely flexible, and though he's got these huge muscles, like his abs right there and his arms. Like,
Okay, watch him.
he's able to
Is
move
it gonna
so
split in
much
half?
despite all of these muscles. And look at his knees as well.
They
They
gotta
look
buy a better
super-
camera. Dude, they're streaming from a cell phone. I
Yeah, make sure
guarantee
that
you it's like an
show the people
iPhone
watching here
6.
at the venue itself. Oh no, things are falling.
Hey, I'm so late. Hey, it doesn't matter if you're late as long as you're
He's
here.
okay.
Thanks for coming
He's
in and
okay.
saying
You want it?
hello. How are you, Kraft?
Wow.
Thanks for being here, man. We're watching the live stream from the Tamashii event. This is the Dragon Ball one.
His shoulders.
It's kind of
can
the only
also
one I
have,
wanted
like,
to see.
Extreme range of motion. You can see
We
they're
happen to be
folding
streaming
in all
with
sorts of different ways.
Bombastic Plastic AF right now. And we
yeah,
said,
you
hey,
can
man,
see
we're on.
even
Let's watch this sucker
parts of the
together.
chest will even like
Thanks for dropping in.
shift slightly
Dude, he
when
is so
brings
bulky.
his arm
He looks
forward so that he
sick.
can get into the perfect Kamehameha pose.
I want this figure so bad.
You can do like an arm cross. That's really impressive.
This might be my most anticipated figure.
He's like, yeah, we humans are having.
The
trouble
only
doing this right
problem
now,
is
but
that they
don't
have
think this
people
is
that
super
look like they're not
impressive.
used to
It's
have
really easy to
handling
make this
action
pose. It's not
figures,
hard at all.
handling action figures.
I bet like he can definitely.
Hey,
do
but
his
you know
cross
the
guard
best
and
thing
block
about
all
that
sorts of
though
powerful
is they don't usually handle
key
them,
attacks, right?
so they're being rough with it and it's not falling apart.
And these are the Kamehameha poses.
You know what I mean?
Are the
Let's look at
parts
the
that allow you to do it.
positive.
There's the tip of it.
Enough.
And
this is-
plus,
yeah, when
this
it's
is
like-
not. I hope they don't tape this and
When
send
he's
it
just
to
like
me. You know?
starting, he's just starting to make it. Like he's holding it.
I want
back,
one
right?
on
So you
touch.
stick this
From the
call that, a
announcements,
rod,
which
a rod,
non-Goku
Kame,
figure
Kame,
are you looking
Kame,
forward to?
Kame. Oh wow, I can never say
Anything
that.
that's not a
Kame,
Saiyan,
Kame,
to be
ha.
honest.
I used to say it a lot back in the day. I can't say it now.
I'm excited for the Kui that they've already announced, but I'm kind of hoping if they're gonna go back,
and
if they
had
go
a
back
special
into
hand that goes with it to make sure that you can hold
Namek
the
Saga,
Kame, Kame,
I want Monster
There we go, I said it that
Zarbon.
time.
If they move on and keep going into Cell Android
So, yeah, you
Saga, I
switch
want
out
Second
his
Form
hand
Cell.
to make sure it has the
Those are my
special hand that holds the
two,
Kame,
whichever
Kame,
direction
Kame,
they go.
Then you can equip that to the.
I think
Goku
this
right
guy
here.
comes out this week.
And then you get a
I
hair that
think
kind
he
of,
does
like,
come out
shows
this
the
week in
power
Japan,
pushing his
right?
hair backing up,
I think he's a
so-
December figure for the States
and
if
we
you got
also
him
have our
domestically.
Super
I
Saiyan
think
hand as
I
well.
know I got him domestically,
Cool,
so I
just
won't
to
get
draw
him
some
until
comments here from
December.
Obi. It's not loose, it just moves that well.
It's not loose; it just moves that way. That's what they
I guess
say.
we had a comment, right? Okay, yeah, it's not loose. It just is extremely flexible. Look at all
This
these
guy's
different
asking
hands that you have.
exploding Krillin accessory.
Yeah, so you're able to kind of customize this for the scene that you're trying to replicate.
This guy's calling for please
You can
no
see it.
more DLC
You have those
parts.
hands that you can replicate as well. Those like cool little like finger poses.
No, we know
There's
that's
always that moment where
impossible.
he, like, holds it up over
Dude,
his
that
head.
figure looks so
Check this out,
sick.
close up.
That might be the best Goku ever made.
They put a lot of effort
It is the
into this.
best Goku ever made. I'm gonna say it.
I don't know, man. I don't want to.
Yeah, there's,
I'm
also
definitely
soft
happy
parts
to
here
put it out
in
there.
the,
I want.
the
Goku the
kind
King
of
said,
the-
"I want more
the
DLC."
lower hips, we should say, the groin area, to make sure that he can kick real high.
Oh yeah, he
high
can kick
kick
real
vibes.
high. Nice.
I would love to have like him and Gohan do like a cross kick or something. There's definitely.
Why would he
scenes
fight
like
Gohan? That makes no sense.
that. In animes.
How about he fight full power Frieza and show us the
Yeah,
figure?
there's like lots of like you see in the anime. There's like these like
Rocco the Great
almost
Art. Check
blinking
check
fast
my
as they, like,
YouTube.
teleport around punching, and you see these like quick moments where their like legs are crosses and everything.
Powder
so
Freezer.
It'd be great to like replicate.
Is it made
that.
in Vietnam? The guy's asking.
And those scenes were awesome. So yeah, this is what.
How
the,
can I get it for
SH
free?
Figuarts
I
Goku looks
love
like.
reading the comments, man. This is so funny. I'm actually a big fan of
We
DLC
put
parts.
tons of effort into making this, and he's saying, yeah, it looks really natural the way these.
I think
arms
it
move
could
and the way the
be
muscles look as well.
definitely seen in two
Like,
different
it looks
ways.
like
It could
he's
be
super
seen
muscly,
as,
but
oh,
also
that's exciting. I get some more
realistic.
from my
Like,
figure that
look at
of a figure
these-
I'm
look at
already
these
gonna
back
buy,
muscles. They're
or it
so
could be flip-sided
awesome.
where it could be like, I didn't really want that figure, but I want that
It's like with
piece,
this sort
and
of with
get
this
to
sort of
spend
back muscles, you
$50
could
to
definitely take out
$100 just to
Frieza.
get a figure you don't really want to get a piece.
Yeah, this is the
So
legendary
two different
back
ways to
right
look
here.
at it.
A legendary back. I've never
full-
heard that phrase before.
full
but
power
legendary back.
free for
Super
more
Saiyan
DLC.
legendary back.
I mean,
So yeah,
now
this is
if they
going
make full
on
power
sale
Frieza,
next week
I'm telling you
at
right now, he's
23
got to be
the
able to be
23rd
cut in
November, I
half
think
and
he
his
said.
arm be cut off.
We'll see if
cut
somebody
off.
can fact check me on that, but I believe
Yep.
it says the
I
23rd
want
of
to get
November.
on to that.
Got
If they
you.
make a full power Frieza, he's gonna come with the Wendy hair for this Goku.
So a lot of people
You think
were
so?
asking on chat, like,
The,
is he just
you think
loose?
the
But
you
no,
fool
he's
part where he shoots the beam down at him?
designed to be able to move this
Yep,
much.
and then he looks down on him.
Yep. And see, like, it's not loose. Like, you will, once you make the pose, it will sit in that pose. It's not loose. It's not going to fall down. It's going to hold the pose. So yeah, it's just designed. It is incredibly flexible. I got to say. So it's not loose.
That's
it's just
kinda
really
interesting.
Smooth. It's really just it moves just incredibly smoothly.
If it's easy to pose, but actually sticks in the pose that it has,
So that was.
I feel like that's
Super-
too good to
the
be true.
legendary
You know, too
Super
good to be true.
Saiyan, Son Goku, SH Figuarts.
とりあえずフィギュア熱でも僕なんかめちゃくちゃ楽しんだなと
So I had tons of fun playing with these figures.
Put him next to Gohan. We want to see the
There's
size
actually
comparison.
tons of non-figure stuff that's coming out too. So let's talk about a little bit of Victory Jump stuff going on here. So you can
We're
see
gonna
it
talk
here.
about Victory Jump. What's
So,
Victory Jump?
This is
it a
coming
magazine?
out next week. This was
Yeah,
going
that's the
on sale. This is
magazine. That's
next
the,
week's
Shonen
issue
Jump
of
magazine.
V-Jump. And it's, we're currently doing Dragon Ball Super. But we had a movie, Superhero, and this is actually covering that section of the section as well.
99で最後めちゃめちゃ盛り上がります
So yeah, apparently, I think the 90...
盛り上がった上で来月の100はとんでもないことが起こります
Okay, so this is, I think, issue 99, you said, and it's going really heated, but in the next issue, in 100, is going to be really incredible, so we hope that you're all looking forward to.
Okay, so
So,
woohoo! They're gonna they have
this
the
is
manga version of the
22,
movie.
This is issue 22 of Dragon Ball as well. That's going on sale next month as well, and this has a lot of really awesome scenes in it, so please make sure to grab it and check out what happens. So that's going on sale next month. So the V-Jump is going on sale next week, that one that you see right there, and there's some really incredible scenes. But yeah, anybody who's interested in learning more about Super Dragon Ball Super, if you read issue 22 and then
The one
read
thing
the
I want to say
Bleach
real
up to
quick,
catch up,
based off of what they were talking about,
really excited
Yep.
about the amazing
they
events that are
mentioned
happening
that
there.
all right, chapter 100
So,
is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
From the
I think we're at
spoilers
the
I've
end of
seen
today's
for chapter
corner.
99, this
We
superhero
have
arc is
tons of
wrapping
different
up. It
display
ends with Gohan Beast doing
here
a
at the
special
venue,
beam
but it looks like
cannon.
we were all just like playing with figures for the past like half an hour or so.
So
We were all just sitting
the
here
next
like,
chapter
wow,
should
looks
be the
really
new arc.
cool and it moves really fun.
New
but
story.
We're actually having
Gotcha.
fun while pushing off these, but yeah. So I think let's move on to our final comments of today's corner.
Final comments. Here we go.
Can we ask for who should we start with? Let's start with Okamoto-san. So everybody, thank you so much for coming to Tamashii Nation 2023. There's going to be SH Figuarts. Dragon Ball series has Goku, but there's going to be a lot more figures coming out. Oh, we have another. Hold on.
To be more accurate, he said if you know that there's a Super Saiyan Legendary Goku, then of course there's another figure coming that I know you're excited for, and we'll have more information of that before the end of the year. So look excited for that.
We're not going to
Thank you,
show
Obi,
it.
for jumping
We're
in.
not going to talk about it.
So, Victor Yuichida-san.
They said the next figure is
Dragon Ball
coming
Super
very
is
soon,
going
and
to
you'll hear it
keep
before
being
the end of the
serialized. There's
year.
going to be cool scenes coming up in
So
the
they're not
future,
gonna announce
and
it
we're
here.
going to keep making cool figures of that. Okamoto-san's going to see
That
that.
translator
we
is
hope you're looking
dying.
forward
Dude,
to
he's
both
having a
seeing
hard
the story
time.
in print and the characters
what
in
is-
3D models.
what's
So
a-
everybody,
what
thank you
new
so much for
season
watching
anime
today's Dragon Ball
Figuarts
Corner. We still have
2000s?
lots more content to show you. So anybody who's interested in seeing our next show, please check out the venue until we come back on. So everybody, we'll see you soon. Goodbye,
Okay, I'm gonna
everybody.
tell you right
It was
now.
lovely seeing you here today.
I don't mean to be a hater, but that was a waste of time. That was a waste of time. Let's get through. What new fall season anime would you like Figuarts to announce? I'm not sure. Nothing newer that's on my radar that I'd want them to announce that they already don't have figures for. But I mean, legacy stuff like Yu Yu Hakusho and Gundam Wing stuff, I would love to see. Bro listing stuff they've had since 2013. I know, man. They just kept going over old crap. Like, we've already seen this. Like, that dude has a funky beard. Yeah, he's actually a YouTuber. I forgot what his name is. He's based in Japan. He's either a YouTuber or a streamer. I can't remember his. Gaius, I think is his name. I can't remember. Full Power Free is it to be before the end of the year. Let's go. Yep. Announced the oh my gosh. Saint Seiya? They already posted Virgo on the P Bandai. Really? Cool. They're going to drop the Tenkaichi announcer? I don't think so. That'd be cool. No new figure trash. Agreed. Yep. Waste of time. Like, I don't feel like that was even worth a live stream. And I'll tell my thoughts about it, Bomb, and then I'll let you ride with it. I thought it was a waste of time. I thought it was a waste of time. They showed nothing that we've already seen. When they did show us stuff that we wanted to see, it was hard to see. It was bad production. And I definitely put that a lot on Tamashii. Like, they did a terrible job showing off their product to get me to buy it. But I'll let you go.
Okay, thank you. What is that? Redigen?
Redigen 25. Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you for being here.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, thank you for joining us on a Friday night. I really appreciate you being here. But
As far as my thought, go ahead.
No, they said that one more surprise by the end of the year. Yeah, but they should have just announced it right here. Like, what was the point of the live stream?
I think they hit
Figuarts
us.
hater, not born, but they are made.
I think
I don't feel like I'm a hater. I want to classify me as a hater. But go ahead.
I think I don't understand what this type of marketing, and this goes beyond figure arts or Tamashii.
Yeah.
When these movie companies make an announcement, or these video game companies make an announcement for the announcement, I guess it's to build hype. That's the only thing I can think of, to build hype.
It reminds me of a story my dad used to tell me when he was in the military. He said we would have meetings to talk about what meetings were coming up.
And that's annoying.
Yeah.
That's super annoying.
You know,
Like, all right,
yeah.
cool. Yes. Full power Frieza. Yes. You basically all but confirmed it. The only thing we don't have is pictures at this point. That's the only thing we don't have.
I mean, they could. Yeah, they could even brought it up on the TV and just showed us a picture of full power, like from the anime, and like, this is the character you're getting. Like, they could have at least did that, but they didn't even do that.
I think, just to agree, I'm just agreeing. Like, everything that was very annoying. Like, we could have. It kind of like I'm saying, like, this reminds me of like when people promote a movie. Hey, a trailer for a new Avengers movie is coming out. Well, god damn it, why don't you just drop the trailer? But I understand I think it's meant to build hype for the trailer, but or in this case for the figure that's coming out.
Right.
So, like I said, all but confirmed. But it's like, can we get some pictures of it, please? That's what's really going to get me hyped.
Yeah. My thing, what I don't understand, because being in this world and doing the YouTube channel about these figures and collecting these figures, I know what to kind of expect. You know, like the small things will surprise me, like, oh, this is getting a soft good, or the articulation has changed. But like, for somebody coming into this collecting thing and they're like, oh, you like Dragon Ball? Well, here's these figures. If they knew nothing other than like the whole like, these are figures, learn about the new figures, and you're brand new and you didn't have a community to connect with, that was a terrible job to sell those figures. Terrible job.
Goku the King. Basically, they confirmed that full power Frieza is coming. Now, they didn't use him by name. They said another figure that's supposed to go along with the Super Saiyan Goku is going to be announced by the end of the year. So the only character that could be is full power Frieza, but they didn't directly address him, and that's the issue that we're complaining about now. Because it's like, just show us the figure. We've been new, even from the first announcement of the Super Saiyan Goku figure. If you check the articles on the official Dragon Ball website, the official Tamashii website, oh, you can recreate battles with who? They would say full power Frieza, right?
Yeah. Right. So, well, Cyrus said earlier today that he has a clip recorded from an earlier live stream that they said, I think they confirmed that it's full power Frieza. But like, is that something that slipped up, or like, why didn't they just announce it then if it slipped? I don't know. I have to wait to see that clip from you. But I don't know, man. Like, to me, what's the point? What was the whole point of this?
Like I said, I guess the only reason, because one thing I have to remember as action figure YouTuber that theorizes and does all these theories and everything, not everyone is thinking on the same way that we may think. And so it can legit be a surprise. Even if you looked in the comments of the live stream, those people that surprised and hyped, like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. But, yeah, I just wish I would have rather not even got a live stream, but like you know, kind of like what PlayStation and Nintendo do now, like their directs, where it's a curated video of the figure, like what Funko used to do, you know, back when Funko's hype was huge. Like, they used to be curated content talking about their new lines, and it would be an edited video on their YouTube channel. Like, I would prefer that than this subpar production where, like, they pointed at the screen for like 5 to 7 minutes about the figure that was on the table. Like, why are you pointing at figure? Like, you have the figure. Just take it out. Like, I don't know.
Well, it makes sense, Cyrus. That makes sense, Sire.
Let's see. The other character is Dead Krillin.
That would be hilarious. That would be a hilarious release, because I know some people would be upset at that.
That's a fact. They most definitely have meetings about meetings later on in the military. Bomb, I expect they announce full power Frieza after Metal Cooler begins to ship. Also, Cyrus, I don't know, maybe for sure, but I expect after Metal Cooler ships, that's when I expect the next movie villain, because since all the movie villains have come out, they've announced one. It came out 2 weeks later. The next one was announced. That's been in between Cooler, Turnless, and oh my god, the first one. Oh my god, and Metal Cooler. Like all three of those in succession have been that way. So I expect it. So I expect another one as well. Maybe if it's full power Frieza, and then maybe a movie villain. Ghost Drive says you are right. They could have done a pre-recorded video and shooter for sure. That thing was like 30 minutes, which is ridiculous. Hell yeah, all powdery and empty armor. You guys are so funny. Why couldn't Goku just have exploded piece of Krillin's head? Oh my gosh, you guys, there's savages out here, Bomb. Savages.
No, I can see.
Exploding Krillin with an extra tall stand. It's just an explosion effect. But we know that Tamashii doesn't do effect pieces that are explosions. So
I mean, they can do it, but they just won't do it, which is irritating.
So, Bomb, I think we'll kind of wrap this up as a whole with our last subject line here, if you're cool with that. Let's go ahead and talk about the overarching experience from the week leading up, the event, the live events that we've obviously just witnessed together here on the channel, and all the reveals in between. What is your experience, or what do you expect? Are you excited for what has come from Tamashii Nations 2023?
I'll say this. In terms of everything leading up, I am fairly surprised at some of the super new stuff. I like the Minato. I like the kid that was revealed for One Piece. I'm not into Gundam, but for the Gundam fans, I'm sure that they're very excited about that. What else was revealed?
The Demon Slayer
stuff.
Kaiju number 8.
Kaiju number 8. I am excited for that. Now, one thing I want to bring up. It's a Chinese anime. I believe it's Chinese. Y'all could correct me if I'm wrong. I might sound ignorant, but I believe it's Chinese for sure. Fall Kill of the Five Elements. Y'all might have seen clips of this on social media where the fight scenes are absolutely out of this world. The choreography is incredible. They showed off a figure for it one time, and I was like, they need to take that back to the drawing board because it looked like a legit 1.0 era figure. And I know they could do way better than that. So it's surprising that we haven't home runs from that. Also, how could I forget Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster Art.
Yep, I was about to bring that up.
I'm very excited about that.
They brought Red Eyes Black Dragon is coming this too. Yep.
Yes. Absolutely hyped about that. Amazing. Only thing is, Monster Art figures are, I don't think they've ever really been cheap, to be honest. Even from the old days, I don't think they've ever been cheap like that.
Right.
Very excited about that though. Blue Eyes.
So if you had to give Tamashii Nations 2023 a grade, just as a whole from everything, what would you give it out of 10?
Out of 10?
Yeah.
Because my channel's focused on Dragon Ball. Okay, my bias is 7 out of 10.
Okay. My
objective is probably 8.5, 8 out of 10.
Okay.
It's because, not more Dragon Ball stuff revealed, even though, after the Gohan revealed, me and Cyrus talked about this. I almost didn't expect anything else to be revealed after that. I was like, this is a character people have been wanting for a while. So they feel like they can surf off of this. And then also, you got the hype of that new Super Saiyan Goku coming out. Yeah. So they can surf off of that. And then, of course, Cooler's going to come out. So the way that lineup is set up, they can get away, technically, revealing only one brand new Dragon Ball thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I would probably give it a solid 7. I think most of the score for me comes from all the reveals. You got the Kaiju number 8. You got some other anime that are brand new anime, like within their first season, like the Undead Unluck anime. They showed some Marvel stuff off from Miguel or Spider-Man 2099. They showed the Naruto 99. We got a Chainsaw Man figure. So I just think overall from the releases, I feel like a lot of people got a lot of cool things. And it wasn't just, you know, like 5 or 6 Dragon Ball and nothing else. Like, it was definitely spread out, and the love was put for everybody to be able to get something that they enjoy. The Gundam pilots were a huge surprise to me. I just think outside of like the week of announcements, the second the event started, it kind of was lackluster, because they kind of showed all their cards up to that point. There was nothing like hidden inside the live streams. Like, I think that when they did a Naruto live stream, do a reveal. When they did the Dragon Ball, do a reveal. Like, save something back. And I feel like they kind of killed themselves when it came all the way up until today. They just kind of blew it. And like the one reveal from Naruto was dirty Naruto. Like,
Minato.
Well, the 99 stuff, but you know, the Berserk stuff looked freaking cool. So I don't know. I'm excited for everything coming, but I think just the week alone was cool enough to make it a 7. I think the production, the live stream, and how they've set things up is a lackluster, I think, is what holds it back from getting a higher score for me.
One thing I will say is that it's not all over just yet. We could end this live stream and then 2 days later it's like, bruh,
True.
This is what y'all reveal?
Right.
I decided to reveal this now? Why
That's
can't y'all
true.
reveal this during the live stream?
Right. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that there's more announcements on the rise. That full-powered Frieza we know is right around the corner, so that's exciting. We've got probably no more than a month before that's announced. We're starting to get soft goods in Dragon Ball. That's exciting. That's good news. We're moving forward, so I think there's a lot on the horizon coming up. The last thing I want to leave you, Bomb, before I let you go, is what do you got going on your channel? What can people expect coming from your channel? Any hidden surprises for videos or ideas coming up that you would like to share? Or in some final words to everybody on the stream?
Oh, man. Such a loaded thing. This is, once again, I'm going to try not to be too long-winded because I know you want to end this thing. Things to expect on my channel. More reviews. I know I've been saying that for mad long, but trust me, more reviews. I'm writing scripts and everything. Mm-hmm. I want to get these reviews out. Reviews is actually, even though I love doing them, I love to do them at the same time because I think, well, one, they get a lot of views in the long run, and two, they also just fun to put together. And even when people get my little references, because I make a lot of pop culture references in my reviews, it's always satisfying to me, even if only one person gets it. So you can expect a lot more reviews. What specifically?
Yeah.
Expect Kong Studio Super Saiyan 3s, and then I have to hurry up, get those out the way because the Super Saiyan 5s are going to come out, so I'm going to have to review those as well. Expect, of course, the official stuff to come out. Expect a Cell review to come out. First form Cell, of course. I'm not going to tell y'all. So one thing I had planned for the channel was on Fridays to review non-Dragon Ball stuff, and I got this idea from you, Snook.
Yeah.
I think before we had convened before, of course, the live stream some weeks ago. Yeah. And you gave me the idea, so I think I'm gonna review on Fridays. I'm gonna try to review at least one non-Dragon Ball thing, so that can range from Spider-Man, DC Comics, anything from Marvel Comics. It could be something completely random, like from an indie company, because there's a lot of indie companies that's up on the rise right now.
Right.
I expect that.
That's awesome.
And videos, of course. I have one discussion video planned. I have a couple discussion videos planned, actually.
So has this inspired you to host any live streams over on your channel?
Oh, once again, I feel like this worked out because I had you to bounce off of, you know? I think that's why it worked at least well in my head. Somebody could look at it and be like, oh, I didn't work that well. But in my head, it worked that well because I had you to bounce off of. And, you asked me one question. I could go on for minutes and minutes and minutes.
Right. Well, you got your community to bounce off of. I mean, you definitely have a lot of guys out here that have joined us. A lot of fans of yours have jumped over here, and I appreciate everybody for tuning in. and watching me and Bombastic Plastic just kind of chit chat, man. This is kind of what we do.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was fun. Well, I'm gonna wrap up the stream, but Bombastic, I appreciate you being here, buddy. Thank you so much for joining me on the stream. We'll definitely have to do it again. We definitely have a lot more to talk about. We have a lot more to go through. But until next time, buddy, I'll let you go, and then I'll sign off on the stream.
Thank you for having me, and thank you guys for joining. I really appreciate the support. I can't stress that enough. And until next time, peace.
Peace, man. Well, guys, I really do appreciate everybody joining the stream. It's been a Friday night. We talked about a lot, and it was really great to actually have somebody else that does this, what I do here on the channel, that you guys also enjoy, to bring on the channel, to hear his viewpoints, to hear his journey of collecting and how he and why he started his YouTube channel. If there's anybody else that you want me to bring on the channel, we can kind of do the same thing. Just kind of let them introduce themselves, get to know them, and we can build this community together. Of course, we have all the options right here on the channel to collect together. We've got the Discord that you can join. We talk about all the new announcements. We keep everybody up to date. We drop links for stuff. It doesn't matter if you get them from Premium Bandai, domestically, all over the place. We do that on the Discord. I can leave a link for that if you guys want to join, if you're not already. Where's that at? Here, let me grab that link real quick. If you want to join, it's free, doesn't cost you anything. It's just a really great opportunity to let's see, where's that at? Server invite here. Drop that. Sorry, I probably should get a mod at some point. Here's that link, buddy. So if anybody wants to join, they are more than welcome to. Why isn't it? Oh, I'm stupid. There we go. But if you haven't joined, join the Discord. It's free. We talk about all the things, but I appreciate everybody joining. Let me know. Hit me down in the description. Let me know anybody else you want me to bring on the channel. We'll do this again. Thank you so much for giving me the time to rest up, get better. Leave a like on the video. Videos are coming very, very soon. I've got the Team Gohan breakdown coming, more reviews coming. We got 19, we got 13, Third Form Frieza. We've got Kid Goku from the Tamashii store. We got tons of stuff coming to the channel. I'm back. I'm officially back. And thank you guys for being here. Thank you for the continued support. Couldn't do this without you. And until next time, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one.